Bahaha.
And that is the first thing they hear.
Oh, is it? Plebs, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. You get to watch a small bean be awkward. Yay.
All right, well, hey everyone, thank you for joining us for the next art stream. And tonight we are making Lilly and her and her pet dragon, or plushie rather, her plushie toast.
It's not a real dragon.
It's not.
DM.
Yeah, no, not a real dragon. I'll be right back. My food is done. I'll be right back.
But is it real toast?
Yes, it is the real toast. Okay, I'll stop posting artwork in the Fat Dog art channel and do art here instead. Is there everybody? Is there an everybody already? Hello. Thank you for coming back or joining again for the first time, because that also can potentially be a thing. Well, I'll get right to it then.
Alrighty then. And you know what? We just got this fucking license. Let's make use of it.
Hey.
We're gonna play music?
Yep.
Yay!
You guys will, the chat, let me know if you can hear it alright, or if it's too loud or too soft. Still kind of figuring it out. So for those of you who have not seen our Check streams before, Check is one of the original projects that PhatDogStudios is now working on. It's going to be an audio manga where it's going to be an anime minus most of the anime.
Yeah, sorry guys, I can't do that.
Because animation expensive. So basically what it's going to be is it's going to get the full anime treatment minus the animation. So it's going to have voice acting, full dub and score, original music, the whole 9 yards. And it's something we've been working on for about 10 years now, and it's only recently that we've been able to bring on an artist that we see eye to eye with.
Hey.
Because it's you know, not everyone gets along with everyone. That's just people. That's just people. Yes, Lilly has a surname. We just haven't decided what it is yet.
What?
And,
What? You don't remember?
No, I don't. Wait, she has a surname?
Lily Lou.
How do you spell that?
L-I... Oh, darn it. Yeah. How did we spell it? L-I-U? It was Lily Lou, because it was an alliteration.
So L-I-U?
I remember we did that. Yeah.
Okay.
Do that for now, but I'll try and get back up on that.
Well, okay, no, I guess she has a surname. There you go.
We were lied to. I'm just kidding.
We were lied to by ourselves?
Right?
Damn.
Marak, or however you pronounce that, your name, I apologize. There will be minor animations in certain areas. With some of the more important scenes having more substantial animation. But, as it is right now, no, there will not be lip flaps.
No lip flapping.
If you haven't seen it already, go check out Masako X's channel. Go look at his Dragon Ball R&R series. It's going to be a lot like that. And it will be available on YouTube. It will, because it's 100% original work. Fucking YouTube copyright people, fucking come at us. I dare you. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna happen at least once.
Oh yeah, speaking of copyright, for anyone who wants to, you know, use the, you know, like review our videos or anything like that, anything Czech related that you know people want to make videos about, short of outright just taking our episodes and uploading them, go for it. We encourage it, and if anyone ever comes after you for copyright, let us know. We'll go to bat for you. Yeah, kind of. I guess a fancier version of a storyboard. Kind of, yeah. Again, go check out Dragon Ball R&R, created by Masako X. That will give you a very good idea as to what you can expect. Also, is the music coming in through all right for you guys? Can you hear it? And is it too loud or too soft?
I can't hear it.
Well, you guys wouldn't
I'm
be able
also
to.
not in the... Yeah. So actually, I'm going to plug one headphone in under my thing. Oh, wait, which one did I just pull out? No, it's not the right one. This one. By the
Too
way,
soft?
totally
Alright, I
not
will turn it up.
sponsored, but Raycons are fantastic wireless headsets. I got mine because I was watching a video that they recommended it, and it's really funny because when they turn on, they go Raycon. Like this, it like sounds like the old Sega startup. And
Oh, that's great. That's you said that. That's immediately what I thought of was the Sega.
Right? And so it's like every time I put them in my ears and they just start up, like they just like chime that sound. It's like Raycon.
That's great.
Connected, and I'm just like, ugh. So, yeah, totally not sponsored, but great wireless headsets that last a long time.
Raycon, sponsor us.
Raycon, yeah, do the sponsor.
We'll put you in the manga.
Yee.
Become immortalized.
I mean, I got these headphones because somebody I was watching on YouTube was sponsored by Raycon, and they sold it to me, man. They did, and so I went and I bought them that day, and I got them in rose gold, and I heckin' love them, man.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's an audio manga. That is precisely what it's going to be. It's going to be an audio manga. And so the character we're drawing here is Lilly. She is effectively, she's the ray of hope for our main cast and is a constant reminder of what they are fighting for. So yeah. It's one of those things where we needed a character that would keep the main cast from wanting to kill themselves.
I'm dying. This face is cuter than I can handle.
But so yeah,
Well,
anyone in the chat, if you have questions, hey, this is the time. You know, this whole this whole process. You know, this is we're doing this live because we want to interact with you guys. We want you to feel as involved with this as possible. So ask away. You have questions, go for it. And in regards to voice acting,
questions help stave off the boredom.
Yeah, and so in regards to like voice acting for this, again, because of that whole thing where we want everyone to feel as involved as possible, we will be holding public auditions for all named characters. Now, granted, it will be paid voice work, so we will have more stringent requirements than we would if, say, we were casting someone for an abridged series.
That's a little more appropriate for a child's arm.
Yeah, I was like, damn, she ate the gum fruit.
Bruh. What I would not give to have that in my life right now.
Shadow Reaper. This series isn't even out yet, and we've already confirmed that Lilly is best girl. I mean, Goldshot, one way or the other, regardless of whether or not we are paying you, because this is going to be a professional work that we want people to be able to put on their resumes, we are going to require very good setups for people to record. You know, they're going to need a good compressor mic. They're also going to need a treated recording space. For example, my recording space is a fucking walk-in closet with bed foam stapled to the walls.
So professional.
Right?
Hashtag
It
professional.
works, though. Oh, Ashley Baptist, are you talking about our SAO or Something Witty Entertainment's SAO?
Okay. All right. This I need this to be different color. So we're gonna Control T. Wait, wrong. Okay.
T.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I hope you enjoyed it. I personally can't stand it. I think it's trash, but I hope you liked it.
Wow, what an opinion.
Dude, I fucking hate our earlier work.
I mean, I feel like that's everybody. Everybody has a little something against
Where
what
did you
they've
read
made.
something like that?
Well, alright, but the thing is, though, is specifically with SAO, we literally threw out the rulebook, our rulebook for writing. Like, straight up. We just, like, we did one scene that we thought was funny, moved on to the next scene. One scene we thought was funny, move on to the next scene. There was no structure, there was nothing.
Yeah, well, sometimes people have a sense of humor like me, where if you don't have something absolutely retarded in it, they're not going to find it funny.
Alright, Empire, when you ask who are all the main cast, do you mean who's voicing the main cast, or who is the main cast in check, as in the characters?
Yeah, that can be... Yeah, that could be a very long list or a very short list, depending on what you mean.
Yeah.
So it could be a little more specific. In the meanwhile, what order was the cast for Check made in? Huh.
That's a tough one.
So, Check was made kind of all over the place, depending on what was happening. Sometime, once the years went by and this stopped being a hobby and more of a, let's have this like on standby in case things get quick progress on. It started resembling a lot more on what would be traditional, how would you write a story. But up until then, characters were made as ideas came for them. We kind of came more with scenes and topics.
Hey, Lynx, thanks
and
for
then
joining
made
us, bud.
characters.
Lynx is my coworker. Everyone say hi to Lynx.
Hello.
Hi.
So yeah, Lilly was probably one of the first characters ever conceived of, because that was the original topic of, that's the core topic of Check. It's about kids, at least one of its core roots.
Yeah.
So, in order to have that, we needed to have the child representative. But that was a very different form. At that point, it was just I am child, because we needed child.
Yep.
She didn't have a name, but the only reason I say it is still Lilly is because, well, we don't really have anyone else.
Yeah,
other than
I'm wondering
Lilly.
how long it took us to come up with a name for Lilly.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was unnamed and uncharacterized for a long time. The only thing that we had was that we needed to have a character, so any ideas that involved a child was always, in our heads, consistently the same child. Wasn't a person yet.
Oh, Ashley's a new subscriber. Well, Ashley, welcome to the channel. We hope you enjoy your stay. And thank you for the subscribbles. Enjoy your nibbles.
Yeah, Lilly, I think, was one of the first characters to actually get a name, get a concept, an actual concept. They were definitely not the first. I'll call it like a temporal form. There was a lot of characters that didn't have names or faces, but actually kind of to this point. But those characters are now extras. But she was probably the very first character that really got a name, or at least a desire to have an actual character tied to the face.
Yeah.
From there, one day we just eventually compiled up all of our spare thought processes, and we compiled all the ideas that we had so far, made characters to fit all of the ideas, and then looked at ourselves and went, all right, what do we have for a cast? If there was a role that was missing, or a topic that was missing, then we would add in the character, and then once we had our assembly line, then we named them all kind of one after another.
Although, I can tell you who the last character to be created was, and that's because she was created a little under a month ago, and that's Dr. Molly Gray.
Yeah.
We got a fucking show where biology and genetics are a main topic of what's going on, and the main group doesn't have a fucking biologist. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of goes back to what I've said last stream. Anthony usually takes care of the big picture things on. We're missing a character to do, and then we work from there. The Biolagus.
Oh, is chat lagging?
No. Goldshot just kind of spelled it wrong, and I'm making fun of it.
Okay, yeah, no, the
Dark Out is basically describing every DM's portfolio character concepts. Yes, we kind of did make them in the exact same way we just made D&D characters. We just threw stuff at the wall. Sometimes we would look at the campaign and make a character off of that. Sometimes we would look at the class and make a character off of that. Pretty much, what you're saying right there is exactly what we did. It was just kind of a smorgasbord in the beginning on who would and who wouldn't get existing.
Yep.
After that, though, once the first primary characters were made, Haseo, Tetra, Lilly, and then a couple others. Once we had the primary cast, we now had a theme for where we wanted things to go. How dark did we want the story to be? What problems are currently being resolved? What problems are currently plot holes that we need to cover? And then characters were added in or changed to fit that. I don't believe we had Tucker right away, or if we did, we weren't sure.
Tucker was definitely one of the later ones.
Yeah. So after we had Tetra and because we had Tetra and Vulcus, and they bounced off of each other, and then we wanted a different angle, so we made Tucker to fill that. We wanted more effectively kind of an easy way out, but a lot more than that, of a character for science topics and technology topics. So then that made Macro. Once the initial soup showed us the first couple characters, we decided what fits with the rest of the soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
so that was
also, guys, sorry
West.
if the chat takes a little minute for it to show up in the stream. It's just how it do. Sorry. I mean, the stream health is good, so I don't know why it's lagging. I apologize.
We have that many people, probably. Maybe YouTube put it into slow mode.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Let me check actually. Enable live chat. Nope, slow mode is not enabled.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant like YouTube probably has a internal slow mode to handle load.
What three letters is I'm sorry, Steven, Steven, what do you mean what three letters are we talking about? I'm a little confused. Yes, there are, so we have,
you're already talking about somebody talking about three letters. I don't even see that, and I have it set to live chat. What the hell?
Yeah, it's there. I see it. But
anyway, I don't.
Didn't have, Steven says didn't have a feckin' clue what you guys talking about until you said those three letters. Oh, D&D. No, we're not talking about D&D.
No.
Yeah, no, we're okay, so real quick recap for those of you just joining us and you haven't seen our previous streams, this
is our original work check.
This is one of our original projects, check. And
like the checkmate check.
Yeah, like checkmate. Or, anyway. And this is something that we've been working on for several years. Actually, a decade now, actually. And it wasn't until recently that we could afford an artist. And now things are good. Things are very good.
Yeah. And the prior ramblings that we were doing before, was someone asked how in what order the characters were made, and the in a nutshell answer to that was the first batch of characters were very random and spontaneous, and then the rest of the characters were created based on the accumulation of what we've done.
So so for our main characters, we have 12. Technically, they're not main characters, quote unquote, but they're the important name. They're important, and they've been named, and they're going to be showing up. So we have 12 characters, 2 antagonists. The rest are 2 named antagonists. There's going to be a bunch of antagonists, but at the moment there's only 2 named ones. And then the rest are the protagonists. Jesus, getting mixed up.
Yeah, we have 12 characters important enough to have their own, like, they're important enough that they already, at this stage in development, have their own names, personalities, story direction, where they're going to be in the beginning of the story, where they're probably going to be at the end of the story. Yeah, the primary cast. We have 12 primary cast members. At the
primary. There we go.
Yeah.
So, and if you want to see them, we actually revealed them live on our 50,000 subscriber stream special, and so that's the only place you can see that version of the concept art if you're not a patron. So if you want to see it, go check out that stream.
Yeah, I finally went back and saw what you were talking about for what Derek said about macro.
Yeah,
he couldn't look at it. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes, Sasha Rain. Yes, we absolutely are. It's going to be a 100% public auditions for every named character in Czech that will be arriving on a per episode basis, and the reason for that is because we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now if not for our incredibly generous fans and our patrons, and making sure that our fans feel as involved as possible has been a core concept and belief since PhatDogStudios' inception some odd 13 something or so years ago. Honestly, I think we're closer to 14 years now than we are 13.
You're not doing the foot?
I don't want to do this foot.
Yeah, the other foot is just kind of like this.
Yes, so our two main villains are
Also,
we have the lead antagonist.
By her own, is she currently being held up by her own hype?
No, see, she's holding on to the taskbar up here. She's just hanging there.
Yes.
I was looking at whatever the word was on the bottom.
Yeah, but so we have two antagonists. We have the main antagonist, Dolus Wraith, or not Dolus Wraith. I'm sorry, Dolus Shagel. Dolus Wraith is my D&D character. I apologize.
I was about to say, that's.
Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry. Dolus Shagel is our main antagonist. And then his right-hand person that likes to kill people is the Black Hand. Yes, she has an actual name. No, we're not going to reveal it yet. But if you want to see what they look like, again, after this, go check out our 50,000 subscriber special.
But yeah, Dolus is the suave, calculating, and absolutely menacing. And the codename Black Hand is extremely eccentric, and what in the world are you wearing?
Yeah.
Actually, never mind. I'm dead.
So, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, right. We are hosting these art streams every Tuesday now, and our first one was actually last Tuesday. And if you don't have 4 hours to kill, I totally understand. We uploaded a speed paint version of it Sunday. So you can go check that out. It's live. And you can kind of get, what it looks like. So it was a 4 hours in change stream, and we condensed it down to just over 4 minutes.
My hand hurt afterwards. It was a day.
Lilly is in? Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Was asking, what is the genre of Czech? And oh boy, what a question.
That is a tough question.
The best way that I've ever been able to describe the genre in its current shape, because we didn't really make Czech based off of a genre. We made Czech based off of our thoughts about many real-life situations, and then just rolled with it. And then whether or not that cleanly fits into a genre didn't matter. What we ended up with, the best way that I would describe it right now, would be very early dystopia writings, classic dystopia. Everything appears to be working and fine in a way that's better, but when you analyze it, it sounds from our current perspective in real life either morally wrong, or you find out things are not working as cleanly as they are on the surface.
Yep.
A lot of dystopia became post-apocalyptic, and then everything is just like Fallout levels of bad. But that's specifically not where this story goes with.
Yeah.
Everything looks like it's working fine, but the moral structure of why it works is horrible. And even then, it's only working on the surface. So classic dystopian would be what I would call the genre.
Yeah. To answer Sasha's question, do we know what voices we're looking for? We have an idea, yes, but it's one of those things where we're not ready to disclose that, as, you know, while the looks are still there, voices are very fluid, and what we're looking for that voice can change at the literal drop of a hat.
Lilly is not being voiced by a deep male.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. That's definitely not happening. But
so outside of like the obvious,
yeah,
we're still playing around with it.
Yeah,
we have a starting point, but we'll see if that stays.
Yeah, but Shadow Reaper, mentioned that last Tuesday's stream they got a lot of good drawing tips. So if you guys have any questions for Miki, that is our lead artist, the one that you're watching draw right now,
hi,
feel free to ask.
You know
this is now the time.
What was, what our favorite drawing tip of our last stream was for me, Anthony?
I personally liked the eyes.
Control S.
Right?
Oh my god!
Don't forget, Miki. Save regularly.
You didn't do it again.
Let me do that. Oh.
Lilly. And if you want the last.
So yeah, Sasha, on the subject of voice acting and voiceover, it will be paid work. So we will have more stringent requirements than we would if, say, we were casting for an abridged series. And know that just because it's public does not mean we are only casting new blood. You guys will all be auditioning for the characters. That means PhatDogStudios, the Something Witty guys, if they want to get in on it. I know that we have some TFS members that are interested. So you will be auditioning against people who have experience. Please don't let that discourage you, but just know that going in.
Yep. Because this is going to be... this is going to be paid by the hour work. This is going to be real professional work.
Yep.
With pay. So yeah, this is if you're doing this, you're doing this as a job. Classic dystopian. You mean the outlook is bleak all the way through? You have hope spots. You're ready to close that yet? Well, we're not. Again, that's why I specified classic dystopian, because if you're talking about the world is absolutely garbage, and the only thing to like is the fact that the world is obscenely comedically level of garbage. That's like Warhammer 40k stuff. That's not where we're going with this. That's kind of actually how I would describe dystopian as opposed to post-apocalyptic. Everything appears to be hopeful, and some of that hope is real, and some of that hope is a damn liar. So you will have to figure out for yourself what parts of the story is actually nice and what isn't.
And Sasha, to answer more of your question there, we are, and the thing is, we're not holding auditions for all of the characters immediately. We're going to be holding them on an as-needed basis. So we're only, for example, at episode 1, you're not going to see all of the characters we're making here on the audition list. Yeah,
the episode 1 is currently, because people want to see this, so episode 1 is currently being super expedited at the moment. Because you guys want it, we're going to give it to you as fast as we can.
Yep. Oh, really? You can, wait. Hold on, Ashley. You saw the Something Witty SAO and thought, hey, I'll go watch these fucking schmucks, and you like ours after seeing theirs? Are you sure about that?
Well, to each their own. Thanks. Two things back to back. It's more of a genre dissection of the dystopian genre. Sure. We could do that. You could call it a deconstruction or a reconstruction of what even is a dystopia. Damn it, that's what we do a lot. We do a lot of like, let's analyze this and figure out what this means. What does an actual dystopia look like in modern senses? Thank you. That is now how I'm going to describe Czech for the remainder of its entire lifespan. It is a deconstruction of the dystopia genre. What does a dystopian actually mean? Let's analyze that. That's a great way of putting it. Also, Jared 007, after being screwed over by my government, a little
Ooh, that's topical.
Hey, that's very topical. You came to the right franchise.
Yep. That's gonna be a central theme in Czech.
The entire governments of the world are the reason where they're at right now, and that's not a good thing. What really gets me is that Miki uses 4 layers at most.
And that hubris scares me.
Hubris?
Hold on. Hold on. Wait. 4 layers?
How many layers are you currently on?
Hang on, let's revisit Himika for a real quick second.
Yeah,
Okay.
show me Mika, why not?
Okay, did somebody accidentally throw hands and now they're not ready for
No, somebody accidentally didn't understand that I use folders. So this entire left-hand section.
Go up.
So this is what it looks like.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open the folder.
This is a folder.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh.
Yeah.
So that's not even a max. Like, God, I'd have to honestly think about something that would have.
Those are folders. There it is. As soon as you switched over with the chat lag. As soon as you switched over. Oh, folders.
Folders. Yeah. I mean, I'd really have to like. Oh, I know what I'll show you to represent
Heads
the layers.
big.
Well, that's because we're zoomed in.
Anime. One, the style of what we're going for is anime. Anime just have big heads.
I know.
Also, it's zoomed in. That's what you meant. Oh, that's
Child.
beautiful.
Also child.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
the amount of layers that I put into this piece before finalizing it, and that's without the folders.
Yeah, so
I don't have. I don't have hubris.
It's approaching 30 layers.
I do not have hubris. I do not take that risk. Sometimes I do. When I'm really lazy, I do, and I regret it every single time. Every single time.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I mean, it's just what it is. Like, when I don't use the proper layers to, like, for instance, separate my clothing colors, then I end up needing to, like, say I want to change the color of something. Oh, well then, geez, I gotta go and, like, select out the very specific pieces that I want to change. And even then, I always catch something of what I don't want changed or what I don't want done. So, layer up, people. You know, they say lawyer up. Well, with art, it's layer up. Get them layers going because, God, they are a godsend.
They are.
Why isn't our view counter
Small
updated?
amount of
Damn it?
editing
We
I've
have
done
much more
on
than 15
what
people
layer.
watching. That's annoying.
What's happening?
The view counter isn't updating. We have much more people watching than just 15, and that annoys me.
Oh.
Why does the chat say more than 15, but the view counter says
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, we have I think 25? 23.
Oh, well, thank you all 23 wonderful individuals for coming out to watch this. That's awesome.
It says 21 for me.
Now we're down to 21. Why isn't the view counter updating? Ah! It's annoying!
It is, but it's not real time.
That is so aggravating.
Why?
I think I see what the person was getting at. So one of the reasons why it kind of looks like the head is big, if you're talking about this extra empty space here, was to kind of indicate that her head is pointed upwards. Her chin, if she were to not like be like having that lifted head, which it'll be better represented once I'm able to color, her chin would actually be more about right here. But so whenever I do go into the shading, this area is going to be darkened.
Yeah, I was about to say, once you get to look at that already fixes it right there. What you just did, that's amazing. Look at that. Oh no!
There it goes.
That's
All right,
what
I
I'm
got it
talking
to
about
update.
with the layers.
I got it to
Okay.
update.
But
There
yeah,
we go.
it's something that you've left to shading.
Oh, hey Rick. Also, yes, Toast is being held by Lilly. For those of you who do not know, the dragon plushie she is holding, its name is Toast.
Yeah, you guys named it, so you're stuck with it.
Yep.
No takebacks.
Right?
Toast. Just in case anybody tries looking for it later.
I am now absolutely scared because I sent the art stream for the first time to my sister, and she squeezed at dragons. So I don't even want to imagine what's going through her mind right now if she's currently here.
Dragon! You have the dragon.
Yeah, no, Miki
Super
can do
Toast,
like just watching her, it's like friggin' magic.
Mhm.
Oh no. So
It really is.
it's practice. It's practice. It is.
Sasha
it
Rain,
is-
that's the cutest name for a dragon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny though because like unironically or ironically enough or maybe coincidentally enough, it just reminded me of, you know, when I voiced friggin' Natsu in the Fairy Tale Abridged. Like, do you guys smell toast? I smell toast. Toast! Like, he had a fucking seizure, and so for a few episodes he just was smelling toast. Toast because you guys picked the damn name. I was actually
Yep.
opposed to it at first.
So
Oh,
toast because at some point in time during the last stream, I don't really remember. I think that Tony, you were saying something about not having a name because somebody asked, and then I was just like, let's name it Toast. We should name it Toast.
Yeah,
and then I
and
put,
then- and then it just caught
for it.
fire.
And then the raw toast started.
And then yeah,
everything
raw
went out of
toast, and then
control.
fucking looting the toast for
No,
God's
we're not
sake.
bringing that up again. We're not restarting that. But yeah, we had a whole shebang with toast. So then everyone, it was just the next like half hour. The chat was nothing but toast, both the name and also.
And in our not safe for work channel.
So no, again, we're not bringing that up. The point is, it's toast now. You guys wouldn't shut up about it, so now it's stuck.
Yep.
You sound so petty about it.
He's
Sometimes
just
that
mad.
is the
He's just mad.
referee.
He up until now, he's been able to avoid our not safe for work channel, and this is what pushed him into it.
Yeah, I had to unfortunately click the button to okay the not safe for work on my computer for the rest of time, just to figure out what you guys did, vomited, and immediately left.
Bless. I mean, it's true. The things that you see in there cannot be unseen. Do not go
there's
there.
There's a reason no one does anything in that channel. Nobody moderates that channel.
No, it's. I mean, as long as what you're posting doesn't break any laws, it's pretty much the Wild West.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I stay the fuck away. No, I'm not going in there. Never again.
By the way, guys, I hope you like the music playing. This is the music that we recently bought the license to. So we have a bunch of fucking music now that we can just stick in shit and not have to worry about copyright.
So, question: are we supposed to hear it?
No, you aren't.
No.
Didn't think
It's
so.
for the stream.
Yeah.
No, that's why I went on my Raycon headset spiel because I was putting in one of my wireless headphones.
Oh,
So
well, sorry.
that-
Yeah, Chibi just corrected me. Sorry, you smell toast when you're having a stroke, not a seizure. I apologize. I got... whoops.
A dragon plushie named Toast in a deconstructed dystopian world. It makes sense, like a little ray of hope in the dark world.
That's
So
exactly
you have
what... That's
you have
exactly
now
it.
gone up to the. So, I don't remember in what order the characters were created, but if Lilly was not the first character that got her
Oh,
name,
no.
she quickly got her name after we came to a problem. Anthony and I, when we were doing the check stuff,
Back
very
in the
early
early
on,
days.
a lot of it was very method acting. A lot of it was just us looking at real life scenarios or horrible things or nice things and just going, what would X character think about this? And almost the entire cast became very suicidal fast. So we looked at this and went, uh-oh, how do we add enough realistic hope into this story that they don't just say this is pointless and off themselves. Yikes. And then we realized, wait, don't we already kind of technically have that? The child character. And then we immediately made up and finalized Lilly.
I can't remember how we came to the conclusion for her name, like Lilly.
I don't know. I don't think there was a specific reason. I think it was just... I think that was actually it. I remember us going back and forth on it, I believe, a couple times, and then I eventually looked at you and went, well, you gotta think. This isn't... People aren't naming their children because we said so. What would a parent name their kid in a world where we can have a child now? This is my child. Amazing. So I think we named her Lilly just after let's just name the kid. Let's just name her. And then Lily Lou didn't come until way later. That was when you and I were going
that's correct. Yes.
We were going through the entire and making finalized names for everyone, and that's when I said, well, we just kind of named her Lily, so why don't we just throw an alliteration on her, because why not?
Yep.
And then,
it was.
But yeah, she is the hope of the universe.
Yeah.
I actually cringed at my own thing, but I'm not wrong.
Yeah, no, that's
Both
pretty accurate.
Sama and Now Toast came from dumbasses in the chat. Absolutely.
Yep.
Ooh, for a second, I thought they were calling me a dumbass. I was like, whoa! Hey.
No,
Oh,
it's just a theme. It's just the theme. It's the theme for PhatDogStudios. All right, we have a few themes. First and foremost, things never work without something going wrong first.
Yeah.
Y'all, I just am really glad that when I hit the save button last week, it worked.
Yeah, that is true. Secondary, our fans have a very large amount of subtle influence. Sometimes not so subtle. Sometimes more subtle.
Sometimes toast.
Sometimes toast.
Not every character is going to have like a super big name. We actually had this question last stream. Excuse me, I have something in my mouth. One moment. We had this question last stream on basically how do we name our characters, and characters usually get put into two categories. The first one is, do we want the name to mean something? Is this character kind of important enough, or are we just feeling whimsical enough to give them a name that would be... I refuse to be subtle. To give them a name that is reflective of their personality or their situation, or it's like a reference to something. If you like go look something cute, and if it's not that, then the alternative naming scheme is, all right, we'll just go look at names and phonetics from whatever ethnicity or where they were born, and then just go off of that until we find something that just sounds nice.
Yep.
Like Haseo Waninjima. If that means something, I don't know. Neither of us know what it is. We picked the name because we liked how it sounded.
It actually is two names from two of my favorite anime characters. Haseo from dot hack sign root, and Agito Waninjima from Air Gear. So I took Agito's last name and Haseo's first name, and there you go.
Sometimes there's background references to it, but for the purposes of a name, it doesn't mean anything. That's just his name. Right? That's no different than, like, why was I named Benjamin? That's just my name. Like, so some people have names for very specific reasons, some don't.
Yep.
Yeah, I also am like you. My name was not really anything in particularly special or meaningful. It was just... I think my mother put it as, that sounds like the name of a future president.
I mean, while we're on the subject of names, I have no problem sharing this, although I'm probably going to instantly regret it. But because of a mix-up with the ultrasound, my parents thought I was going to be a girl, and so my name was supposed to be Kelsey. Fun fact.
Nice.
Right?
If I recall, actually, my brother was also, like, super planned to be a girl. And then, oh, he's your brother. Fix everything. Get rid of the...
You know what? Now it's fucking... Now I'm just... Fucking... Now we're gonna get gender-bent fucking versions of me, and it's gonna be called Fat Kelsey. Oh my god. I immediately regret this decision.
That doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like Fat Tony. Shadow Reaper says, so Miki, forgive me for not knowing the actual term. How many retraces do you do on average?
Retraces. So I'm assuming what you mean is the way that I'll just pop that there for a second. The way that I kind of double up. So on average, I will start with just your and this is digital only. I don't actually draw this way in on paper and pen because it's harder to erase as you go. So for me it's better to just start clean, but digitally I start with this like basic skeletal formation where you can kind of see like the legs are just stick figure legs, like they just give me the right vibe. I have my spine. I draw my shoulder line, so the way that I know that I want my shoulders to be. So I know her arm was going to be up here because it's going to be raised, and I know that her other shoulder is going to be downward some because it's going to be cradling. So then I've got it really starts out just like a stick figure, and then I choose the way that I want my face to be looking. So this helps me to position my eyes, and then from there I'll build a little body onto it. So I know that I kind of like cheated you guys out of seeing my sketching process these past 2 times to try to make sure that I wasn't going to struggle with a pose for too long to keep the stream interesting. So once I've got my little skeletal build, I'll build up around that. So I start to build on a body. So then I'll do like a little upward bit. So this is like representing the rib cage. So it kind of helps me out. So this is where like if I'm drawing a guy, I would draw like the muscles, like the pectorals, got pecs, and that kind of helps me out with male figures. And then the baseline. So because her back is going to be arched forwards, if I were doing the base, it would be there's going to be more of a circle downwards rather than upwards. And then, you've just got like the little leg holes here. So like almost like a bathing suit bottom. Another way for women specifically, like more so women and not girls, is to draw this as a heart. It's a really weird thought process to put it into a heart's perspective, but you got your butt, and it helps you to base the curves of the hips around that. So see how that very quickly took shape of a lady with some hips rather than a child that has none. So it's another, like, it's just using different like skeletal tips and then just like building on top of that. So I'd build like standard leg shapes, so like chicken legs at first, always the chicken legs. Once I've got this shape down, so this is about the first shape, I'll go into the second, which is obviously going to be much more detail oriented. It's going to be built around that skeletal where I'll actually like build out things like the fingers, the little bits and strands of hair, the facial expression, drawing out where the eyes are. And this is essentially going to be the sketching layer that I'm going to use for my line art. So this is my guidance. So when you look at the line art versus the sketch, this second is going to almost, like, my line art will almost always follow through with what is on this more detailed layer. So as far and I'm hoping that I'm understanding the question of what you mean by retracing correctly, but that's on average what the amount of retracing that I will do for one particular pose. We'll get that out of there. But That is the trick to that.
That was really long ago. Oh my god.
And also with that, they were saying, are you gonna do a little animated cute thing with Lilly in the same way with the Yui headspin? That's
Yes.
what got the chat talking about that, and very topical. We're working on. That's the reason we're doing Lilly right away.
Yeah, Lilly wasn't originally going to be scheduled for the 28th. But we last week we managed to commission an animator to make a little animation for Lilly. So we're like, oh well, shit, we need the finalized art for him. So that's why we pushed her up. So that's why Lily's being worked on, and we'll upload a video with that is her animation once it's all done.
Shoo.
Lynx says, I never cease to be amazed watching an artist turn a blank sheet into a masterpiece.
Oh, thanks. I am a small potato, okay? I'm not used to this.
You're the prettiest potato we've ever got.
And Ashley goes, Lynx, I agree.
I'm just gonna go melt into a puddle in the corner. So it's okay.
Dude,
Guys, you're buttering her up. I thought we were done with the toast things.
At
Ah!
this rate, the boyfriend's gonna go kill us, man.
No, Devin's happy. He's happy for me. Happy to see the
Has he ever seen the streams and the response that you get from our these crazy nut jobs? I love you guys.
I'm sorry?
I don't know that he does watch the stream. I don't think he does.
He should totally see the at least one or two of them and just like, yeah, these are look at all of these people. All of these people come here just to watch her draw.
Goldshot says, honestly, I'm
And you
having
get
a
to live
shit
with
week.
her, amazing.
Goldshot says, honestly, I'm having a shit week, and Lilly today is making it 10 times better.
Yeah, that's her job.
Yay! That is quite literally her job.
Yep, that's exact. Yeah, mission accomplished.
Relevance achieved. But no, I did show him the speed paint version, which I guess he saw like the chat rolling by on the side, but I don't think that it was really ever much of a paying attention to what's being said.
The unfortunate speed paint, the stupid toast thing.
I know, it hit the top right.
And then it's just there and it's gone. Everyone that only saw the speed paint was like, "What's the story about that?"
Yeah, and I left it's all fucking toast. I left that picture in the speed paint too. It's on for like a frame.
It's literally there for just a second. When I saw it, like I watched it the first time, that caught me off guard pretty good, and I was just kind of laughing.
Well, I left it there because I wanted people who were watching the speed paint and didn't see the stream to be like, okay, what the fuck is the context on this?
Well, yeah, why toast?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know, I told myself that I was gonna make Lilly easier and that she was gonna be less lines. But I think that we all already know that there is a theme here of me hating myself.
Nah, always go extra. Always go extra, Miki. Don't limit yourself.
Oh no, I would never do that.
I know you've gained you're employed for the foreseeable future, but I'll ask anyways. Do you do commissions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In fact, link to her YouTube channel is in the doobly-doo.
It's actually the YouTube channel this time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can get all of her information, I assume, from your YouTube channel?
Oh, no, I haven't gotten that far yet. Guys, come on. I'm just starting, trying my best, okay? But you actually can follow me on Instagram. I think that Instagram would probably be the best place if you are looking for wanting to
Go ahead and send me a link to it, Miki, and I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. I don't know how to link Instagram. Wait, hang on. For those who are like, what is this woman, ancient? The answer is yes.
You are bullshit. You're the same age as me.
No,
She's ancient enough that most of her work that she was trying and send to us was on two separate websites that both don't exist anymore.
Oh man, come on.
No, ancient?
That's so
no.
true though.
Behind the times? Yes.
Wow.
There is a distinct difference.
That is not an upgrade.
There is a distinct difference.
I don't know which one is worse.
Well, thank you, Ashley, for subscribing. How the heck do I share okay.
Wouldn't that make Tony ancient? We're all ancient. That's the joke.
So Juan says, weird, I notice if we give Tony a compliment, he says, aw, bitch. If we do it to Darkon and he goes, happily, and if we do it to Miki and she melts butter.
I don't know. Okay. How do I do this? How do I find my link? Or is it just... somebody help this old woman.
Alright, what's your Instagram name? I'll just put it in chat.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. I prefer that.
Okay.
It is Bun Bunny Cosplay.
Bun Bunny?
Bun Bunny.
Fun Bunny, one word?
Oh, bun, B-U-N. As in, my buns are hot. Bun.
And one word, right?
Yeah. Bun Bunny and then space cosplay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It should be, when you look at the icon, it should be a cosplay of me in Violet Evergarden.
Which is amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, like, I saw that and I'm like, fucking A.
It won me a cosplay contest in Tennessee.
I'd be disappointed if it didn't.
I was very, it wasn't so much a cosplay contest because I didn't make the cosplay. Full disclosure, I didn't make it. It was a group on Facebook for cosplayers of Tennessee, and it was a picture. So what you were putting up to the contest wasn't that, oh, this is the content that I made. It was, this is like best photo, best cosplay, kind of just.
Thanks for joining us, Juan. You take it easy, bud. The speed paint will be up Sunday, so if you don't want to come back and watch the full stream, which I understand that these are long, you guys can expect the speed paint every Sunday, or every subsequent Sunday from that Tuesday's stream.
But yes, but for those of you who do not know what Violet Evergarden is, she's blonde with a blue jacket and a green gem on her neck. So that should be very, very easy to indicate or find me. And then you are welcome to follow me. You are welcome to add me. You are welcome to chat me on Instagram if you want a commission.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Darkon didn't know who we were talking about. So Darkon, Empire has a question. Do we know the time frame check takes place, like the year? I'm gonna leave that one to you.
Oh dear.
Well, there's only two real time frames that really overly matter. The part of Czech where everything goes to hell, and then the part of Czech where the current cast is actually born and exists. The only thing that really matters on the question on the time frame is that you can assume that the world is identical to the one that you live in real life, unless otherwise stated.
Yep.
So a lot of years have gone by, but due to, what did I call it? Greed, ambition, and spite.
Yep.
A lot of things got stunted through bad stuff.
Yep.
So it would be, it's the future of the 21st century, I guess. And then progress got very stunted for a century or two after that. Nothing has changed too much since whenever that threshold would be. So yeah, the time frame and expectations is expect everything is the same until said otherwise.
Yep. Expect it to be the same until it isn't.
The primary engineering has gotten better, and genetics, because of reasons, have gotten better.
Yep.
Any fantasy elements, sci-fi, yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah.
Well, it's
So,
more. It's definitely more
engineering
sci-fi. It's sci.
Yeah,
It's definitely more sci-fi as opposed to science fantasy, and that's a very important distinction because Darkon and I have done an absolutely soul-crushing amount of research.
Yeah, if you guys go, holy crap, you've been doing this for 10 years, what have you spent the majority of that on? A lot of it has been on just researching topics and things about real life to get as much realism as possible. The rest of it, which is like probably 70% of this entire show, is us learning about physics and chemistry and everything else. And yeah. We're obviously not PhD people, but
Degree
we have
holders.
we have done the best of our to say yes, this is to my current understanding how this would go.
Yep. And so Shadow
Yeah,
Reaper.
technology. There'll be better technology. There will be probably a walker robot in Japan because Japan got bored. But beyond that, it's a lot more tame than welcome. Like we have teleporters. No. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
that's
me?
never gonna happen. In fact, that actually fun fact.
Do you understand what that means?
Yeah, fun fact. The contention of whether or not teleporting is possible is actually something that gets discussed in great in a plot point later on in the series.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say because otherwise, spoilers.
Things will be. It's kind of, think about what the 21st century has done since you've been born till now. Things have gotten faster, sure, but when was the last time something had been very innovative? When was the latest cool, amazing, world-changing discovery since the computer? So there's probably better computers. There's probably quantum computers that do something that do certain things faster than von Neumann computers. I think that's the term. Whatever binary computers can do. But outside of things being faster, the only sci-fi elements that we kind of have to stretch with would be a bit of an exaggeration on genetics.
Yeah.
Outside of that, everything's pretty much the same.
Shadow Reaper says she can draw and looks great in cosplay. And is this nice, Tony? Where did you find this perfect human being?
At a con.
No, wait, hold on.
Also didn't Chibi find her? Not you.
Yeah, no. Technically speaking, Miki found us.
Okay. It was Super Smash Brothers.
Yep.
I barely remember the night. That's how it just
Add that to the list. She plays Smash.
Oh, come on.
Empire Goes asks any hybrids / cross genetic engineering, people with animal traits / smart genes / baby design.
And Shadow Reaper underneath is like, we already have the technology for baby design. I told you, a lot of it is based in realism, and we're just thinking, where would this be in 200, 300 years? And it is a very stunted conservative estimate, we think.
Yeah. So yes, there is baby designs. There are smart genes. In fact, the genetics have advanced to the point where the human genome is completely mapped.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, Anthony, we've been over this. We've mapped, in real life, the human genome has been mapped. Unfortunately, humanity makes up maybe 20% of what you are. The rest of it is every other thing that goes into your body and has to live with you. You're that big of a city with that many, I'm going to call them illegal immigrants. We mapped them. We mapped everything that interacts with the human body, ever. That's the exaggeration. Once you know every chemical reaction, once you know every single thing that would cause a allergy and then just say no to it, that is where the sci-fi part kicks in. We know every human reaction. That's the sci-fi part.
Yep. But you see, right now the debate that's going on in chat, whether the moral implications of cloning.
Well, PhatDogStudios exists.
This is exactly the type of debate that we're trying to spark with the topics we will be covering in Czech. This is precisely what we're going for. So fucking mission accomplished, Darkon. It's already starting.
Yep. So there's a thing that we gotta talk about. Make a thing at some point, something involving cloning, and then people are gonna at least one character in Czech is gonna go, oh, but that's a bad thing, and then at least one other character in Czech is gonna go, oh, but it's actually a good thing, and then okay, we've now debated that. Now we have to unfortunately go back to, but what do we need as a group in order to survive for the future? Because as much as we want to debate this, we also have real life things that are also occurring simultaneously, and those are not up for debate. We do X or we don't survive. Joy.
Can we talk about
genetics
that?
are okay, but what about I am not familiar with the term. One moment. Said beliefs practices aim to improve. That is actually one of the central topics of the whole thing. Eugenetics is the set of beliefs and practices aiming for improving the genetic quality of the population. Yeah, so that's kind of the modum operandus of the primary, I'm going to call it the antagonist group. That's the best that I can really describe it shorthand. There's a group called Luna. I forget what it's short for, what it's long for, off the top of my head. But they're a group that's commissioned by all the governments of the world to effectively do what you just said. They monitoring and improving
Logistics United Nations Alliance.
Yeah. So would you look at that? All the governments of the world were like, well, we need to accomplish X in order for us to survive as a species, because you'll find.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to trust a government with that, because that's a horrible idea. So we're going to effectively have a outsource of it.
And so in order of answer, Empire asks, space travel, colonization, moon colony.
Space
I have
Darkon,
let me handle this one. I have 2 words for you: Kessler syndrome. I'm gonna leave it at that. You figure out the rest.
That requires me to Google.
Yep.
Space travel is RIP. Get me my small violin. Kessler syndrome.
So, Goldshot is asking, who in the series is salty about being thrown out as a child for bad genes? Well, see, here's the thing. Those don't really exist anymore. The worst you get is like... The worst you get is like albino.
We've reached the point of like Gundam Seed. This is just... We have absolute mastery of what we want people to be. So now it's a question of what do we want people to be? And that choice is being made for you by a non-government that is who knows what they're doing else behind the scenes. Are you okay with that? If no, you're a terrorist. So yeah, there's not really, quote, bad genes anymore. Because to be honest, if you have, quote, bad genes, you're not going to be allowed to share them. Because that's what how Czech works.
Yep.
No snoo snoo?
Oh no, there's plenty of snoo snoo.
Definitely snoo snoo. Just no, goo goo? I don't know how to word this without being demonetized.
Baby making.
Ooh. Okay. Yes, Shadow Reaper, I will gladly take you up on that. Thank you very much. Shadow messaged me, and I hope you don't mind me telling. He goes, you and Darkon mentioned doing research into STEM topics for check. I've got a degree in aerospace engineering, so if you need to ask questions or consult, just drop me a line. So yes, we will absolutely take you up on that. Thank you very much.
Man, so now we have a chemist buddy, and then we have this. Because there was another person that you said for something like that.
Yeah.
Space junk for space junk for days. Hey, gold
Space
shot,
junk for generations.
What?
It's a lot worse than space junk.
Yeah.
And you'll find out why soon enough.
Yep. A lot worse than space junk.
Yeah, I do.
What would it take for us to sandpaper layer the entire planet?
Yep.
And with what? What's big enough to even let that happen? How can we throw that much crap out there? Don't worry. That was what you just discussed right there was actually like the first half of check. How do we make this happen and make it real?
Read what Shadow just put in chat.
Naturalist movement, aka people who insist on only having kids without any tweaking. Well, yeah, I guess that is kind of a subside of things. You don't need to necessarily have. There's going to be like genetic modifications along with whatever else is happening, but yeah, there's kind of would be two lines of thought for that. There's I don't want I don't want to have my kid messed with in post. I have the right to I've acquired the right to have kids, therefore I'm just going to go do. But then that answers the question, excuse you, what did you just say? The right to have kids? Is that something I can talk about? Because it's kind of like things that kind of appear in the first episode.
I would say it's alright since it shows up in the first episode.
Yeah. So, yeah, the primary method that they had for... Fuck, I just want to give them the synopsis that I made. I made it so that it would work, not just for the sound.
Yeah, go ahead. Read the synopsis.
Where was the synopsis that I sent Buddy Friend? I'm just gonna read this. Give me a drink. God, I almost want to turn on like my software voice changer to make myself booming or something.
You should do it.
I do not know how to make it work, so I would be going blind if it would sound right.
Aww.
Do you need me to send you the link? Because I have it.
Through greed, ambition, and spite, the Earth's capacity for human life has been halved. In order to preserve our species, the countries of the world came to a radical genetically remove our ability to create children. Oh, by the way, yeah, actually I do need that one because I actually changed it up from the thing I posted to him directly. Several centuries have passed since this decision, yet its turmoil has yet to settle. I say yet twice, I'm fixing that. A fair and unbiased, quote, a fair and unbiased lottery commissioned by the governments of the world determine who is and is not able to have children. The winners receive a medical vial containing the missing components for baby making. Those that disagree or distrust this method are quickly labeled terrorists and disposed of. The vials are now largely sought after by criminals for both personal use or as currency. Unaware of this conflict, Isao Waninjima considers himself lucky when informed of his winning number. With no prior romantic relationships, he wonders what would be next for his life. Unfortunately, the moment he collects his vial, the hospital is suddenly set upon by terrorists, capturing both the vial and himself. Thrust into the world of black ops and assassinations, Haseo must now choose between fighting with his captors or risk death to escape. I love Czech.
Right? This is gonna be great.
So yeah, so to kind of answer the question, there's two kind of degrees of what you just asked. There's gonna be the people that think the human population needs to be regulated, but genetic grafting is kind of excessive beyond that. But then there's the underlying problem on, excuse you, what do you mean I can't have a kid because I can't have a kid? That's dumb. I have a big problem with that. What do you mean? I'm just gonna go make a kid, and you can't stop me. And that is the Global Liberation Front. They're not really they're not the primary cast.
And I wouldn't even
Man, they're
Yeah.
just this problem's not going to get solved until we kill the people who are enforcing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even categorize them as terrorists. They're a revolutionary army.
Yep. Yeah, back when we had the idea that there was just one government, they were just a government removing force. But then we added a decent amount of realism to it and made Luna its own thing that the other governments kind of outsourced to, with little to no oversight, which isn't helping.
Yeah, it's like the ESA nowadays.
Another term I don't know. One moment.
Pretty sure I said that right.
Emergency services.
Or no, not ESA. Hold up. ESRA.
What? Oh, I know that one.
Or,
Yeah.
Hold up. No, it's the fucking. What's the fucking abbreviation for the people who write games?
ESRB.
ESRB. Sorry.
The ESRB are run by the people that make the games, therefore they get the rating that they want because they said so.
Yeah, ESRB. Fuck. I feel silly.
Yeah. Yeah, the electronic ES. Yeah, the electronic system rating board. Yeah. Yeah, that's run, but so then you have a non-government group with government people in it, and then it's just a mess of garbage. And a lot of people either do not like the underlying theme of that concept, or they just distrust the people, and they distrust them enough to do something about it.
Yep.
Which gets them shot. The sugar glider goal has been reached. We have a goal. What?
Miki does.
So they wanted me to draw a sugar glider girl.
Stop giving me wrong acronyms to search and drawing me away from the stream.
Sorry. Yeah, ESRB.
Every 10 seconds I'm away from a stream, I missed a line. I can't miss any lines.
Aw.
That's amazing. What happened to the Constitution?
The possibility of extinction happened.
Yeah. So the human race decided to be more idiotic than usual.
Which is saying something, given our current climate.
And then, I guess this is not what happened, but imagine what if the entire world was basically Chernobyl for a while, or at least a Chernobyl equivalent, and then the only thing on anyone's mind is how do we survive as a species? Amendments. Yes, many amendments. So yeah, it's just...
Look at that sun
the
child.
The very first thing that took the longest out of all of Czech to research is death by overpopulation real? Is that a thing? And after years of looking into it, that's not how that works. The current upsurge we have right now is because of our current increase in medical power, and that is coming to a grinding halt in all developed nations across the world. The halt has happened. So once every country, every place on the planet has the same medical level, everyone's going to go through the same boom that we have been talking about for the last while. They're going to hit their own threshold points, and they're going to stop, just like we're stopping now. We are stopping right now. That's real. That's the real numbers. So having too many people is not going to be enough to make, like, we do the same thing that Mother Nature does. We somehow just know when it's too much, and then we stop. We lose interest in it. What is real is the sudden reduction of resources. Imagine we are at the threshold that we are right now, and suddenly half of every farm, all the farms on the planet get Thanos'd. Half of them are gone. Our entire food production facility across the globe gets halved. That's different. Now our maximum capacity has been halved.
Yep.
That was actually something I had to amend on the what did I call it?
Synopsis?
Yeah, on the synopsis. I actually had to amend that because I ran that by my own personal test audience a couple times, and I realized that I had to word it a very certain way. The Earth's capacity for human life has been halved. Capacity. We didn't all of a sudden just make so many. So the Lost War and Plunderer. No, kind of. Yeah. Oh, I hope the anime finally gets there, because that's really the only good part of Plunderer. That's why I was talking about Plunderer, Anthony. So Plunderer does basically the same thing involving the sudden reduction of resources, and now how do we feed everybody? That is why I sent you to Plunderer. But it takes so long to get there.
Dude, it's one of the reasons I couldn't get into Hitman Reborn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I just, like, people are like, oh yeah, it gets good around episode 70, and I'm like, what? Why that long?
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
thought it got good before that.
Heaven's Lost Property gets good by episode 3.
No, she being back there.
Oh wait, sorry, episode 4. Whatever episode is the episode after the Flying Panties. Yeah, no, like the Flying Panties. Once that episode passes, it gets so much better.
Yeah, the Heaven's Lost Property got better on the ending of the episode where Icaros finally showed emotion.
Hold up, Darkin, hold that thought. Ace has a question. What's your question, bud?
Angry chibi noises. I didn't know you sent people to watch Plunderer. I found it on my own. I sent Anthony to watch Plunderer when it got animated, but it just takes so long to get to the part that matters for Czech.
Heaven's Lost Property is one.
That one.
Okay.
Yes, that one.
All right. So, what colors are you using? Oh, real quick before we get to that, Malrak. Yes, absolutely. If you can get past the initial silliness and fan service of the first 3 or so episodes, Heaven's Lost Property was the very first anime ever to get a physical reaction out of me from its writing. Yeah. I've never before had an actual physical angry reaction towards an antagonist before. Heaven's Lost Property was the only one that's ever done that.
Yeah, for those who need hope in order to look at Heaven's Lost Property again, the actual plot and premise of Heaven's Lost Property is there is a single mega asshole boyfriend with an entire ensemble of women. And he systematically treats them all so badly that they all run away from home and then meet a better guy, which was Tomaki. That is the actual premise of Heaven's Lost Property. That one guy who doesn't even get a name, even in the manga, until like the final group of chapters. That asshole is just the worst boyfriend-husband guy ever, and he just makes everybody miserable until they leave. and then Tomiki goes and fixes it with his hijinks.
Yep.
That is the actual plot.
But it's
of
really
Megasol's
well
property.
it's really well written, and it was a major inspiration for me personally to kind of get my gear, get my shit in order, and work on check. So now onto the Lit Ace has a question for you, Miki. What colors are you using?
The
Oh,
bright
okay.
ones.
So I actually, for these streams, I don't usually pre-plan my colors as much for this if I'm doing a character like for the first time, but I do set out color swatches. So I will set out what I consider as my base tone. So this one here would, well, actually it's a bad example because that's the eye color, which my eye colors are usually a lot more in-depth than not. So we'll go with the hair instead. So I set out with one color that is my base tone, then I have my, I can spell, shadows, and then I have my highlights. And I will always set them out just kind of like off to the side so that if ever I begin blending or something like that, I can reference back to them. But I always start with my base color. So this is the hair. This is the skin. This is the eyes. You will see why there's so many colors for that later. This is for Toast. Toast gets these two colors. This is for the shirt. This is for the overshirt. And this is the socks and the undershirt. These are the colors that I'll be using today.
Empire, to answer your question, I'm honestly not sure on that one. At the moment, no. There are certain groups that, I can't say anything. I gotta stop talking. I'm gonna give spoilers. So, no. At the moment, no, there is not. There may be in the future. We'll see.
Given the fact that the world's currently thinking, holy crap, we need to care about, very much care about the number of people on the planet, I think the concept of immortality would have worn out its welcome. If somebody is looking into it, that kind of already tells you what type of person they are. If they're still in this environment, in this culture, looking towards having more people forever.
Yeah. Also, just this fucking, I must protect the sun child.
The eyes get so many colors because Miki draws eyes fantastically.
Well, but there's even more here for a reason.
For a reason, and you'll see it later.
Cyberization.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If we can't. Yeah, that's real. If we found a limitation, if we have 100% control over all reactions in the human body, and there's still something that we can't figure out or we're having trouble with, then the immediate next option is, all right, I guess now it's time for cybernetic enhancements plus no more autoimmune system reactions because perfect control of body.
No, there would still be the risk of that.
That's not going to work correctly.
Yep.
Even.
Yep. There.
Because just because we have the technology doesn't mean that it is currently tested or working correctly.
Yep.
Especially if it's a rush job.
Oh yeah. And because there are going to be people with cybernetic enhancements, but the thing is though is
welcome to drugs for the rest of your life.
Yeah. You can only go so far before your body's immune system is like, what the fuck is in us? Kill it.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know how much of me is me anymore, and I'm just a white blood cell.
Yeah.
Just as a fun fact,
So not like Ghost in Ghost in the Shell's too far.
All right, go ahead, Miki.
I was gonna say, just as a fun fact, I next to never use it, and I really probably should more often. But Side does have a way for you to set these palettes off to the side so that you don't have to...
you're actually having a spot to put the colors when you can just have the colors be part of the user interface.
But yeah, implant rejection, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, implant rejection is a thing. Ghost in the Shell is not a thing. I don't think we're going to be plugging people's brain into cyberspace and having that make sense. No,
You don't-
that's a little too sci-fi. If we're doing that, it would be, again, our very conservative estimate on what that means.
So it's funny actually because someone what the hell is it?
Cells at work in a cybernetic body. That's a great idea.
So it's actually funny that you mentioned that because Miki threw together something. If I can find the fucking picture.
Do you want me to send it again?
Hold up. I think I know where it is.
Okay.
Where the fuck are...
I
I
do
know
a
it's here.
little
There it
bit.
is. Found it. So Miki, we were talking about cells at work and how Lilly kind of looks like a platelet, and so Miki decided that she was going to draw Lilly cosplaying as a platelet. So there you go. Enjoy that. Now back to
It's
Lil.
great.
Load faster. Oh yeah, that one.
It was a very quick 5-minute sketch, so I do apologize. There are going to be pieces
Why
of
do
it
you
that are
keep
not
apologizing?
anatomically-
Why do you keep apologizing for this amazing work? Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Are you sure you're not Canadian?
Yes. I had to think about it. I mean, actually, no. I am quite 100% positive I am not Canadian because I did 23andMe, and I am statistically extremely white. I'm like very European, very.
Understood. All white people are not Canadian.
No. Wait, no. It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay, it's a joke. So I got a lot of like Irish in me, like a lot of pale people is what I'm
Oh, so you're
talking
a different
about.
lander.
I'm talking. I walk outside and I'm a beacon of light. But
Wow, Canadians are not beacons of light either. Got it.
what?
All right.
Wow! No, not. All right.
All right, but anyway, Empire. Yeah, there are going to be certain religious movements about certain aspects of the current situation that Czech is in. I
Yeah.
cannot go any further, or I will give spoilers.
Yeah, there's not too much spoilers if you just like look up real life. Well, a lot of the things are checked is us finding things that sound fake, and then we look into it and go, "This happened."
Yep.
And then we look at that and go, "Holy crap! Is there a way that we can put that into check?" Stranger than fiction is a term that we love to look into and put into check.
Yep.
So, like you hear the the stories of things going, oh yeah, we're gonna go fight for freedom. We're gonna go like walk with God, and then in reality, they give children a thing that they call a key, and they tell them to go walk out into this desert, and then it'll say, "Don't. When you find the door to heaven, use the key to get in." And they are living, walking minesweepers.
Wow.
That is real. That is
But,
horrible.
so real
And
quick.
if that exists, then crazy people exist, and crazy people are going to be in check.
Yep. So real quick, the digitization of the brain is not something that will be in check. I can say that with 100% certainty.
That is what I meant by we're not going Ghost in the Shell. That
Yeah.
was 1 degree too far.
Yep.
There might be like the next level VR, but it will be like what that is and what that means.
You know, like robotic eyes, robotic limbs.
Yeah. AR. Yeah, augmented reality, mixed things that are not real that are added to our perspective because we wanted it to be for whatever reason. That will happen, but the entire idea of now my brain is a virus in cyberspace. No, that's not happening.
Nope, never.
What will happen to all the frozen Alcor people? Oh, I forgot about them. Darn. What are we gonna do about that?
What are we gonna do about what?
That's another thing that's very real. What's the general summary of that? There was effectively already a group of people that have put up $1 bajillion or something and put themselves into what they think is cryostasis. That's already real. People have already done that. And idea is that they're going to stay in there until we figure out how to thaw them out without destroying the cells in the process. That is real. I don't know if that is specifically the Alcorth people, but that is a group that is real.
They're probably just
their blood is antifreeze. Yeah,
they're probably just gonna be left to get.
They're probably still frozen.
Yeah, they're probably.
Or they melted too early.
Yep. Yep.
One of the two.
Or they were destroyed, or they were killed, or the facility they were stored in was destroyed.
That's what I mean. Like they either melted and died as a result, or they're still frozen because nobody cares. Unfortunately, I will be blunt about that. In the world of too many people, the concept of bringing these frozen people back is probably not on the list.
It's laughable.
So, it's a neat project. Maybe their underground can't melt.
Then they got left there.
Are they underground in the Arctic? I don't think the ground, depending on where you are, the ground can be very melty.
Oh my god.
Science.
I could have worded that better, but the ground is very damn warm. Unless it isn't. In that case, then it's colder than everything else. Huh. I wonder where they are. That's a good question. I'm gonna look that up after the stream. You got me. The metal studios, the facility doesn't have power. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you can't just have that coal, like the degree of coal you're talking about, unless they're like in Antarctica or the North Pole or somewhere, and then it's just that's the ambient temperature.
What layer are you on? The wrong
They
layer.
they will thaw enough to die. Is the point?
Wait, how much is on the wrong layer?
Oof.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, save if you haven't already.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, at least it's just down to the Control S. Yeah, there was actually a person a long time ago.
Oh, they're in Arizona, Darkon.
Oh. Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah, they're definitely dead.
Why do I suddenly feel bad for Arizona right now?
But no, not. I mean,
you gotta air out the Zona.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say yeah to that. But yeah, they're as I said, they're either still frozen and they're gonna remain frozen because we have other things that we're working on.
Oh, the company is not sure about their burial location.
Yeah, or they thawed out and they're gone. But if they're not thawed out, they're probably hella forgotten about, unfortunately, because to check.
Yep.
Because just because we know how to do the chemical reactions to make the body calm the hell down or speed the hell up, doesn't mean that we can fix every cell in your body being cut in half because it melted at that. That's kind of what I was going for on. There are certain problems that even just 100%, what we think is 100% mastery of the human body, is just still not solvable. We still need more, and that's what cybernetics is.
But one neat little thing is that a lot of these genetic diseases genetic dispositions that are undesirable effectively don't exist anymore. Obesity is not a thing anymore unless you really, really fucking work at it. Like, you gotta try.
You have to try. You have to try hard, and if you do try hard, it is very pathetically easy to undo whatever you did.
Yep.
So basically the opposite of what it is.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone,
me. Basically, everyone became me. I can't get fat if I try.
Fuck you, by the way.
I know. I've actually attempted and failed. That is so crazy.
So, like, AIDS, I forget which diabetes is genetic.
Yeah.
But
'Cause
like
then we're
all,
just
all of that stuff, thing of the past.
Yeah. That is kind of where the other people were talking about how far have we gone with genetic alterations, and in the regard to things that are universally described as diseases, yeah, those things are just gone. Unfortunately, I have now realized that that actually includes
Is
and
her
brings up
eyelid
the
supposed
topic
to be
of
blue?
what happened to autism. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm ready to talk about that on stream.
Miki,
I don't think-
is her eyelid supposed to be blue?
It's not an eyelid.
What? I don't know what I'm looking at then.
It is a style of eyelash, but I'm playing with it because I'm not sure if I wanted to. So in some anime styles, they'll do the eyelash like the color
the same
of, like
color.
the eye color, and then in other instances they'll do it like the color of the hair. And I think that for this, I think I might prefer the color of the hair.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Limit to what stem cells can fix. Yeah, exactly. So, if there's gonna be, we're just going to, what was it? Not COVID. Why is that on my mind? And yes, we're fine to say that because YouTube said so. What was the other one? You were gonna CRISPR your thingamabobs, and then if that's not enough, then we have other tools.
By the way, Dargon, I'm gonna be Dargon.
Humanity
If
has
this
an entire
stream
company.
gets taken down because of that slip, I'm gonna be really angry with you. Because that happened. That happened to last night's stream.
In that case, you need to report that to YouTube because YouTube has officially declared it okay. So
I know.
that is now a YouTube problem.
I know, but it would still make me upset because.
Oh yeah, because then it's another thing that we shouldn't have to deal with because YouTube said it's fine.
Yeah. So what about taboo relationships?
That's the unfortunate nature of medical shorthands.
Yeah.
Because they all kind of blur together at some point.
Empire asks, so what about taboo relationships? Same-sex incest relationships, since incest is considered taboo mostly due to the deformities, so could we have people keeping the bloodline pure? So...
we're actually kind of getting to the... a lot of these topics would only really make sense to be answered within the context of the show. That's not really... I don't even know where to approach that without, like, a scene that brought it up.
But there's always going to be those people who are ignorant. That is just... That's the human condition, but it is significantly less of an issue in check. Also, it looks like Lilly is biting her lower lip, and like she has something between her lower lip and her upper teeth.
I guess where he's going with that is, have we gotten to the point where any problems that occur can just be fixed, therefore who cares?
No, we haven't reached that point.
Okay.
And no, basically though, the way it is that the way that the current climate is in check is that, you know, the greater majority of people can't fucking have kids anyway, so who cares who you stick your dick in, or what have you.
It kind of goes the both ways on that discussion. There's going to be the people that have doubled down on the male-female relationship because that's what we're fighting for or whatever, and then there's also going to be the group of people that are going to take this and go, well, this is actually great because now it doesn't matter any direction.
Yeah.
So, I guess the fundamental answer is the more things change, the more things stay the same.
Yeah,
Is the reasoning behind the conversation has changed, but the war rages on in a different context because humanity never learns.
Tony, I sent it to you on Facebook because I needed something to cover my face with, but I am channeling my inner anime so fucking hard right now.
Yep.
Is your hair purple?
Yes.
Wow. That was not purple the last time I saw you.
No.
There's no cure for stupid. That was the beginning of it all.
That is actually, yeah, that's how Czech.
So the entire start of Czech was some very stupid video game. Well, I don't even remember what it was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a video game.
I'm really what started it? We were talking about somebody doing something stupid, and we saw.
It was Road Rage, dude.
Oh, okay. So yeah, idiots driving, and then one of us said, "Man, why are stupid people allowed to have kids?"
That was specifically me.
Yeah, and then we went off on a tangent on that, on what would a world need to be to become without idiots. How would you genetically enforce idiots not having kids? That was the quote humble beginnings of Czech. Just yelling at dumb people that almost got him killed. And then from there, somewhere along the lines, I said out loud, "Hey, that's almost enough of a thing to become an anime." And then everyone stopped talking. And then the topic quickly changed towards, what would this be as a story? And then Czech was created 10 years later, so down the line.
Well, no, Czech was created much, closer to that. But that was the beginning of Czech, and that was 10 odd years ago.
9 millimeters of aspirin cures any level of stupid. Yeah, or that, well, as I said, it's a fair and unbiased lottery, and by that they mean
incredibly biased.
If you're in, then you have a chance. If you're not in, then you don't know you're not in.
Yep.
There is a lottery aspect to it, but the lottery aspect has blacklists.
Yep. And then, then there's the other side of it where it's like, okay, we got to keep things semi-random for at least a certain percentage of it to give the illusion of the lottery.
Well, that and also genetic diversity.
Yeah.
What if we're wrong? So.
Yep.
There's definitely some degree of, just diversity chance. Which is actually even kind of more horrible. You think you have this all measured out? Ugh. So it's like my company's Christmas raffles. Yes, except the prize is now you're allowed to have a kid.
And people actually want to have said kid.
And the prize is also a physical prize that you can go hijack, and maybe it'll work for you, or maybe you will react violently to it, but it's the only option you have.
Yep.
And if you don't want to take that chance, then you can just sell it on eBay. On black market eBay.
eBay. Don't eBay! Screw you, I'm a eBay!
Can we have that in Czech, though? Can we have a terrorist that gets caught because he tries to sell the vials that he stole on eBay?
Online, we're not going to use actual eBay. We're going to get sued.
I know, you know what I mean. Craigslist.
It fucking reminds me. That reminds me of that scene from Air Gear where fucking Akito's in the hospital and all of his schoolmates bring him a bunch of like gifts and shit, and he's like, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this? Maybe I'll sell it on that website. What's it called? Frank's List or whatever the fuck.
Back, I need context. When did you leave? There's a lot of things that happen. Yeah,
Right.
You're reminding me of police people that send out like tweets, and then like the thief or the guy they're looking for is like, do you have a picture of this guy so we can help identify him? And then he himself replies to the police post with like a gangster pose, go like, catch me if you can, coppers. And then he's like caught the next day. What do you
You
think
fucking
you're
dumb.
doing? Call it C-Bay or K-Bay, child, kid. Well, like they're not. Like I'm talking about like an actual real public thing. This is not the underground website.
Mika, are you trying to say something?
So Where do you guys think the source of light should come from? Left or the right? Somebody pick for me. I can't decide.
Where is it currently at?
Nowhere.
Oh.
Zoom out.
It's all
So-
base colors. So you have an option of the sunlight coming from
yeah.
here or the sunlight coming from here.
With the direction of the look, yeah, I would decide based on the direction of the draping part of the shirt she has on the, because whichever if you have the lighting coming from the left, most of the inside of the left drape would be covered. If you have it from the right, some of that wouldn't be. And have fun determining what is and what isn't covered in the light. I would say left just to keep that simple.
I just wanted somebody to decide for me.
Left it is.
So
No,
This is-
left. Lily's left is what I meant.
well,
Left hand,
fine.
because that way. Because now the left side of the thing will all be draped in the in shadow, so you don't have to care too much about how to shade it.
I mean, no, that's not the issue. I just didn't want to. I was being lazy.
I want it in shadows. Darn it, do it.
No, camera left. Camera left.
Left, no, the other left. Yeah. Okay. Actually, can I go off on a small off-topic tangent?
Sure.
Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life in Final Fantasy XIV. And then the boss does like, I'm going to attack on my left side, and he randomly changes his position before he does it. So then I tell the group, all right, get on the right side of the boss, and then everyone goes to the left or the whatever. They go to their camera right. They're like, not there.
Miki, question for you.
Yeah.
So the purplish pink eye, it seems like, is it because of where the sun is? It seems a little more flat when compared to the other eye.
It is kind of flat right now.
Okay.
It will.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if that was if we were pausing there or what was going on. So I just wanted to make sure.
Alternatively, is it flat because of what happened?
No, it absolutely is not.
Say...
Nope, it absolutely is not.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's not. Here's your glass eye, and we don't have the right color. No, that the eye works enough. Just bad things happen. Bad things happen to good people. Lily got hurt, guys.
You know what I think I might do for the next stream, so you guys can listen in on the music.
No,
I'll make a.
Sun. Yeah, it happened again. No, the right side, so it looks like she's reaching for the sun. You mean left? I put the sun closer to her now.
Yeah, but for the next stream, guys, I'll make a watch together for the and put in the playlist and the watch together, so you guys can listen to the music if you want as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I got my own tunes going.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
But
I'd still appreciate it because I'd like to know what they're hearing.
I mean, I
Wait,
could probably do that right now, honestly.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Invitation to game. In the book, you could enter the lottery, but it was an open secret that you could pay an astronomical amount to get a win automatically. Yeah, there would definitely be multiple behind-the-scenes shenanigans with the lottery. There are going to be people deemed genetically important to maintain.
I swear.
So,
These layers. There we go.
You know, oh God, Dargon, are you sure you don't want the watch together? Because like the music, it makes this so much more. Because it's like, I don't know, man.
If you give me, I'm actually kind of debating it because if you give me music, I might start going into writing mode, and then that might distract me from what's happening.
Okay. Well,
Because I listen to music to script, so that might.
all right. Well, just go back and watch the stream when you get a chance, at least to get an
Can
idea.
people be heterochromatic for the sake of aesthetic appearance? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as I said from before, just because we think we know the process, doesn't mean that it works flawlessly on everybody. And the primary group viewpoint doesn't have access to infinite resources. So sometimes there would be a problem that might be able to be resolved if they had more equipment, more resources, more something, and they just simply don't. So, yeah, Lily's purple eye is not a choice, and it was a choice that they tried to get rid of.
Yep. Hey, Corey, thanks for joining us.
Sorry, I said choice the second time. Yeah, it was not a choice. It was a result of life sucking and kicking this small child, and then they couldn't fix it.
100%.
Yeah. What is the color of red blood cells? Dummy check. What happens if you would have a blue pigmented?
You're cutting out. You're cutting out. Say again.
I'm not cutting out. I'm stopping because my brain is processing how to word this.
Okay.
Oh no, you were cutting out a little bit to me too.
No, again.
No, you went robotic, Darkon.
Like mid word.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was stuttering in real life and on the internet. Great.
Thanks for joining us, Shadow Reaper. You go enjoy that D&D, bud. Remember, the speed paint will be going up this Sunday. If you can't see the whole stream and you don't have time to watch the full thing, which we understand, make sure you check out the speed paint.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, what happens when you mix blue and red, or specifically a blue pigment, and now it's slightly translucent and you can see the red blood cells behind it? Sad face. Does it affect her vision? I believe we decided no.
Yep. Nope.
That was the story behind the two colored eyes, and specifically that she wasn't heterochromatic and becomes it, was throughout the events of the story, a thing happens and we were debating, would we want physical scarring from this? And same difference, the resources are not there to completely get rid of it. And the more I thought about it, the more I was thinking, no, I don't want to do that. It might be weird or off-putting, or something that I don't want to have with her the entire time. So that was kind of the same time when we came up with Toast. Toast is
the dragon.
Toast is a sad reminder of what happened.
Yep.
But the second physical reminder of what happened, I wanted to give her something. And then I came up with the eye change. We wanted a character, we as just writers or somebody, we wanted to have a character to have it because we felt like so. We wanted to do it. And then I took that want and gave it a purpose instead of just your two eye colors because we said so.
Fun fact, actually, there was a small time where we had considered giving the Black Hand two different colored eyes.
Yeah, the Black Hand was a serious contender for it as well.
Yep.
And a couple other people back when we were debating who would get it on the first pass before it came to Lilly.
Yep.
But once I got Lilly to have it for a story reason, we decided against letting anyone else have it because, one, it is rare, especially in a world on everybody should be genetically, quote, correct. Fun fact, no natural blue in the wild, organic world pigment. Closest is a butterfly that uses light refraction to make a blue color. Huh! What is blue eyes then?
Blue is the lack of pigment. Because a light is,
Oh, so it's kind of like the same thing on Why the Sky is Blue.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
If that's supposed to be the lack of pigment, then why does albino go? Because albino is specifically the lack of pigment. You got my curiosity intrigued.
I think maybe it's that there's less pigment and not a full lack of.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I worded that poorly.
Actually, that does explain why when I look at my eyes in the mirror, depending on the angle, sometimes I look at myself and I go, is my eyes blue or is the inside of my eyes green? And apparently that's correct. That's how that works. It's funny little refracting.
God, it's just I love watching her come to life. This is like, you know, you guys in the chat, you know, you're loving seeing this. You gotta understand, Darkon and I have been, for lack of a better word, we have been tormented by this child for years. For literal fucking years, we have been tormented by this child. We have had fever dreams. Fever dreams about this freaking child here. And it's
Hello.
Dang it.
What happened?
Different layer.
Oh no.
so, and it's just, this means so much to finally see her come to life before my very eyes. I mean, this is,
Yeah.
it's tough to really articulate my thoughts on this.
And then everyone immediately, when it's like, oh no, I made a mistake, is like, did you save? Is there a back that you can go to?
Oh yeah, no worries.
It sounds more like, though, you're gonna take those ends and then merge layers or something.
Yep. I put them back on the right layer. It's
So,
okay, we're good now.
You know, speaking on the topic,
Blue eyes is a mutation. Yeah, of course it's a mutation. That makes.
speaking of the topic of watching these characters come to life, I genuinely, like, a few days or earlier, not this week, but last week, we got our first set of Czech fan art, and I absolutely loved it. And if you guys want to do fan art, please do so. We encourage it. And if you do, we have a fan art channel in our Discord, and so make sure you tag us if you make fan art, and if we get enough fan art, like, consistently, then we'll probably do a fan art video,
stream.
a fan art stream or a fan art video, just showing it off, because I mean, that is, guys, PhatDogStudios has been around for over 13 years, and that was the first set of actual fan art, unprompted fan art that we've gotten.
Yeah. Well, we've had that channel almost from the beginning, but it was just nothing.
It made my heart happy.
Yeah.
Also, on that
First time
channel,
here, so no idea what's going on. We're drawing a character for our original work for PhatDogStudios. Welcome to the Czech art stream.
Yep.
that's definitely more important.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. So I was just gonna say, also, just kind of like a fun fact, if you are interested more on the art aspect right now as well, in the Discord channel, I posted up a progression of sort of
Your
like
growth
how
as an artist.
yeah, exactly. So I think it starts out as early as art that I had drawn in like the very early 2000s, like probably like 2001, and it is a ride. it is a lot different.
But so Corey, to bring you up to speed, we are working on a character for our original series called Check, which is going to be an audio manga. And this character's name is Lilly, as the title of the stream suggests. We have done one art stream before so far, that was last Tuesdays, and that was Himika. And if you don't have time for a 4-hour stream, which is understandable, we posted the speed paint version of it Sunday. And we will be posting Lily's speed paint this coming Sunday as well. And check is something that we've been working on for almost as long as the channel's been a thing. And so this is, we showcased the concept art for check on our 50,000 subscriber stream special, and everyone they loved it. I mean, they were just going apeshit over it, so we decided, fuck it, let's live stream the creation of the final pieces of art. Will Lilly face insult like half? Or I don't understand that. Empire, can you reword that question? I genuinely don't understand.
She will not receive those comments, and she will foresee them anyways. She hates her eye and thinks it's like a girl. Imagine her girl her age had a scar. Even if you don't talk about it, if you look at it for too much, she would have kind of the exact same reaction. Everyone around her knows how touchy she is about the topic and is very careful along those regards. But again, sometimes whether it's there or not, Lilly will sometimes put it there just because it bothers her that much that she has it, because it is a deformity, and she knows it.
Yep.
But will somebody ever like bully her on it? No,
Absolutely
I don't
not.
foresee that. If this was a story where she was able to like go to school or something, maybe it would happen there. But from the time that this everything occurs with her, she's kind of in the same position as Aseo, where Ripperoni's regular life anyways.
Yep.
So, yeah, please tell me that she eventually comes to love it. I am saying nothing on that.
Yep, keeping her mouth shut on that. But finishing my earlier thoughts, so, I love the fact that we've already gotten some fan art of it, and I cannot wait. I genuinely hope that's not the last piece of fan art we get, and I hope we get more and more. I also, one of my dreams, it is a genuine dream, and I really think I would probably break down and cry, like, straight up, if I was at, like, a convention and I saw someone cosplaying one of our Czech characters. I would probably lose all composure.
I almost lost composure right there.
Why is that?
Read it.
Will Lilly and people
Gold.
similar to her...
Gold, why?
Because I can't live with joy in a bottle being sad. I don't...
I know, right?
Yeah.
And the worst part of, so we kind of talked about how we've had nightmares of this kid. So specifically what we meant by that is we're the writers. Certain things have to happen for the story to continue. So there are times where the story demands me to do something horrible to what is on your screen right now. And trust me, sometimes it takes both Anthony and I weeks before we're ready to actually even begin scripting it.
Yep.
Oh.
Like, I mean, so fun, true story. So when Miki first drew the concept art for Lilly, I called Darkon like 1 a.m. that evening. Because I couldn't sleep.
We actually have a face to the thing now. Yeah, what about it? I can see what we have to do to her. Oh, okay, yeah. Please no, oh no, please no.
So it was, I had kind of I don't want to call it a mental breakdown, but I was having an ethical conundrum. And I needed to talk it out with Darkon just to be like, dude, I don't know if, we finally have a face. I don't know if we can do this.
For me, as I was the in the moment script writer, I had already gone through what he was talking about long before, because I was the one that had to write out and detail and explain and envision every motion of the bad things.
Check is going to be an emotional roller coaster.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes I have to get into a mood and I start writing things. If I get stuck on what I'm writing on, I'll just write. I'll just make up a thing that will or will not even be in check, just to like keep the juices flowing. What would happen in scenario X? So I actually have a document somewhere that I sent to Anthony a long time ago, and the name of it is just flat out, I threw Lily at a wall.
Yep. I still have that. I still have that. Although my favorite is Lily. Lily is the hold up. What the fuck is it called? Hold up.
Lily wakes up everyone?
Yeah, that one.
Like
That is my favorite. Lily wakes up everyone. So, actually, we had a question earlier about Lily, quote unquote, breaking the fourth wall. And in a way, it's gonna be more like a stylistic choice, where like she's gonna go on little tangents, and the art style is gonna get progressively chibier as we kind of devolve into her imagination.
Yeah.
So
Like,
in a way,
you look at these mouths and you can see all the teeth and you can look at what's going on, and then eventually they just start talking about dumb things and like, with how come tomatoes suck but ketchup is amazing?
yeah, or
That's
like,
not a-
or
it's not
actually,
valid.
so and props to my coworker for this one. Why she's gonna go up to one of the more analytical and logical members of the group and go, hold up, what was it? It was I need the exact word.
She's eventually going to get to the point where she's basically just going to have like emojicons as her face.
Yeah. So one of the ones, one of the favorite ones that I have now, thanks to a coworker of mine. Shout out to Larry, thank you, bud. Lily's gonna go to one of our characters, Macro, and goes, Macro, why do they make the floor so close to the ground? And Macro is just gonna, he's gonna look at her and his eyes just gonna twitch.
It's like I can already see it because like we would probably have already established the chibiification.
Yep.
The more you entertain her dumb, and then it's gonna be the first panel. The first panel is going to be Macro with all of the regular art details just turning over, just like, what? And the more he thinks about it, like it's going to be like 2 or 3 more panels. The more he thinks about it, the more squished and more deformed his face becomes. And then eventually it's just going to be Lily yelling at him with a perfectly square mouth and Macro yelling back with a perfectly triangle mouth.
And Empire, assuming you mean in general in Czech, yes, there is going to be.
Oh yeah, If you did mean the question that you said for Lily above, yes, there's going to be the entire definition from the regular people going, we have the power to do anything. How come you have X thing?
Yeah.
100% correct. Wow, that's weird. You should go get that fixed. But I don't want to. Oh, that's even weirder. Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Yes, absolutely. But like another thing with Lily is that, again, she's a child. She has to find a way to have her fun, and so one of the ways that she's gonna have her fun is that one of the people that's closest to her age, Macro, and he's closest to her age in about 10 years. He's at least 10 years older than her.
Closest in relative terms.
Yeah.
He's closer than anyone else in the cast.
Yeah. But he's also extremely analytical and a logical person. He's their tech guru. He's into physics and all this other stuff. And she's going to try and learn things from him, but he's not going to be able to explain it in a way a child will understand. So she's going to interpret it in certain ways, and it's going to befuddle him. Eventually, she's going to catch on to this and start doing it on purpose to fuck with him because she thinks it's funny.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because now it's a game.
Yeah, now it's a game. Fucking Macro, I can't, the bowl won't work. Instructions unclear.
A different, it didn't mean this context, and I actually almost want to throw in the reference because the reference stops being a reference because it's coming from Lily. There is an old XKCD comic. I probably said the acronym wrong. And it was, I love teaching kids extremely complicated science questions. Why is the sky blue? Oh, because color, refraction, etc. Yada yada. Okay, but then why isn't the color purple? And then that actually, if you want to explain that, that actually takes a lot more words. And then I just thought about that and I realized, well, Lily probably mean that in a very other meaning. That's almost like her trying to secretly pry out, why do I have this?
Yeah.
Ooh. The reference ain't a reference no more. You got the acronym right that time? I did?
Hey, there you go.
XKCD? Wow. Why do I know that?
Why do you know that? It's fucking weird.
Black hand. Black hand, that's why.
I saw a mention.
That was where. That was where.
What's up, Miki?
Yeah, somebody posted something in fan. Oh, no!
Yes!
Put it on stream!
Hold up.
It's a toasty toast!
Alright, I'll put it on stream.
I love it.
There you guys go.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Goldshot. Thank you.
How did she get it in there? Dude, that's exactly the... And then Macro just walks in. How did you even get it to fit?
Lily, explain. Okay, but you can't get mad.
It's a toast is toasty. How did you get it to fit?
But no, I just imagine a fucking Macro is just... Lily, what did you do? Nothing. What did you do? Okay, but you can't get mad.
But is there going to be One Piece
esque character goals? There's.
Are there main cast wishes goal? Yeah. Like, yeah, you're not just talking One Piece. You're just talking, does every character have their own thoughts, plans, admirations? Yes, they're people.
Yes.
They all have their own stuff. Are they all as equally story important as each other? No, of course not. That's also, unfortunately, real life. If you're looking at a story from a certain perspective, only the things from that perspective, quote, matter. But that doesn't mean, oh, I don't have a dream because the writers didn't think about it because it's not plot relevant. No, everyone has their own stuff, and that's nice because if Czech takes really long to get multiple chapters out, maybe I will take my like non-canon chicken scratches, and then we'll just like lob something together that wouldn't take too long to fill the gap.
There definitely will be non-canon, like just like goofy little one-off, like one-page joke things that we come up with that just
maybe not non-canon, but definitely just skits.
Yeah, little goofy skits to kind of lighten the mood.
Lighten the mood and to show them they're people and things happen in between episodes, in between chapters. The world doesn't just stop and then restart on the next plot point. No, they have to live life, and this is what happens when you live life. This is the boring parts of life that's sometimes really funny.
Yep.
No, that is yeah. Though I will. Could you actually zoom out for a second? The shading on the teeth when you're at that close almost gives her like, yeah, okay, it's a little better. It's better at a distance.
Yeah.
When you really zoom in, it's almost like she has beaver teeth.
Oh my god.
Do you see it?
No. Well, I mean, yes, but my issue is that we have only come this far, and it is already at the time of 8:30. I thought I told myself I was gonna make this easier.
Miki always going that extra.
Also, before you had started adding in the rest of the shading, I was just like, that is the biggest milk mustache I've ever seen.
Bless.
Lily is blessed.
Alright, I'm not gonna get away with this. I gotta shade it. I gotta soft shell it.
Yeah, it's a very hard transition right now. Ah, her face! Her zoomed in face! I'm having trouble looking at. Oh no, I think I'm going through what you went through at 1 a.m., but I'm doing it right now. I'm seeing this face, and I'm seeing what are you gonna draw? What story element are you gonna draw me in today? And then I realized that I need to do the beginning part of chapter 1 and go over.
Yep.
No.
Also, Goldshot says, Miki, if it helps, the extra effort inspired me to make Toasty Toast.
Aww. Okay.
A few panels with one of the antagonists with Lilly doing a fourth wall break. Oh yeah. No, definitely one of the things that, like, I never sent them off to Anthony because they're not really scripts. Because I was mostly just doing story stuff. But I've definitely done thoughts in my head on Lilly and the Black Hand, quote, offset, eating ice cream together or something. Like, I do not know if these two characters would ever, in the story, properly, like, see each other or have interactions with each other. And that made me sad. And then I just had her show up and say hi to Lilly and then give her ice cream and then leave.
Unfortunately,
everyone else was pointing guns like, why is she here? Ah!
Unfortunately, I don't think any of the antagonists are going to meet Lilly. Actually,
I have a pitch for you.
Oh. Oh shit, okay.
Otherwise, for one, in a very particular circumstance, I have an idea for one, but I couldn't come up with one for the Black Hand, because Lily's just cute, and the Black Hand is too much eccentric, and she might do something.
Yeah.
But I had a pitch that
no,
was
I'm just picturing,
going to be a
generic,
it was just going to be a generic character,
oh,
and then I think I managed to work Dolus in, so I'll see if I can finish that up in some
Like, no, I'm just picturing fucking, like, Lilly inviting the Black Hand to, like, to play tea or something. Like, you know. Oh my god.
Well, yeah. No, it was exactly. It was just something like that. They were just like in a playhouse, and then they were doing something, and everyone else in the background was sweating, aiming guns, unsure if they were going to survive the next couple seconds, and she's just there with Lilly, just doing dirt things. I love the Black Hand.
Should have done.
Can we get a symbol lifting moment with Lilly and Toast? Yes! Toast, everything the fluorescent light touches is your kingdom.
God damn it.
Why? Why do you guys give me these ideas?
Oh, thank you. That shading on the teeth was bugging me so much.
I was like, if you're gonna keep that, you have to at least soften it because damn, she's gonna make a damn.
Wow.
Also, if it
comforts Lilly, I can't tell the difference between eyes colorblindness.
Oh, if it comforts Lilly. Oh.
Oof.
Right, I forgot that gold was colorblind. So, like really bad colorblind, or did we just manage to hit the correct shades? Because it is a blue and like a purplish blue. Or are you like black and white mega colorblind? this right.
Oh, remember to save if you haven't already.
Don't worry. If you look in the top left by the not URL, but the path. If there's an asterisk next to it, then she's done something. But if you ever see that asterisk like blink away for a second, that's Control S.
Blue and purple are screwed up completely. Colors exist though.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So it's a okay. So that category. Huh. That's a rare one amongst an already rare condition. Usually it's red and green. I think red green's the most common. I see extra green though. Well, as long as you can identify that they're not the same. But if you can't, well then she's gonna love you. So same. Good.
Yeah. By the way, guys, fun fact: Lilly right now is waving so happily at Jin because Jin just got back from a dangerous mission and she's happy to see him. There you go.
I was gonna say there. She's happy at you. She's waving at you. Thank you for showing up at the chat.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, you know what? There you go. She's waving.
No, we're gonna do the Japanese idol thing. She must remain 100% pure. No boyfriends, no anybody, so that she can say hi to everyone.
She's 7.
She is 7. As a reminder for she's 7. So keep that in mind when you do things. We don't need another guy that the Hat Kid guy.
Speaking of the characters, we encourage shipping. We encourage all forms of interaction, but we ask, do not lewd the child.
Yeah.
If you do, don't show us. We don't want to see it.
Nope. 7. Please remember the law. Just because she is a kid does not mean you can. That's not okay.
Yeah.
Age range of cast. Age range of cast. Pretty darn, including Lilly, pretty darn wide.
Yeah, it's pretty varied.
But outside of Lilly and Macro, early young adult years.
Some characters are in the older areas.
A little bit, yeah.
Volcus,
young adult to quote regular adult.
Yeah, Volcus and Dolus are the 2 oldest members of the cast.
Oh no, they're already shipping Lilly Toast.
No, the food toast. Read it more carefully.
Oh. No, again, I'm delayed. So the first line, there were 3 lines.
The food, just regular toast.
Okay.
If she does love toast, it's one of her favorite foods. She grew up on watching an ancient show called Ed, Edd n Eddy.
There's a lot of toast in that one? Okay.
Ed likes buttered toast.
But they're both
7, age range. 7 to 30s, if you're including Lilly?
Yeah. 7 to 30s is, pretty accurate.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that would deep in the 30s. It would be either very early 30s or like 20.
Dolus is 34.
That's about the. Oh, okay.
Dolus is 34.
Oh yeah, but Dolus is Antagonist. I was thinking of the
we're not sure.
Dolus is older than the rest.
We're not sure how old Molly is yet. Molly might be in her 30s. We're not sure.
What you have actually asked me a very terrifying question. What's the Black Hands age? Do I even want to know? Ugh.
18 or 19, I think.
Yeah, you see? You think. Even we're not sure. She is such an enigma.
I mean, she's legal. That's the important part. She's legal. Like, she's of legal age.
Yeah, for the purposes of that, go have fun. Okay.
Yeah. Lilly is the only person of not
does her skirt have a
legal
fold
age.
in the back, or is it like cut in the back?
No. That's the
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. All right. Yeah. Thank you for. As soon as you put the color back, I saw it.
Sorry, I was mouthful of cookie, so I was just like, I'll just show.
Lowercase t. Yeah, not it's toast, not toast.
Yeah, Juan. Pretty much every
What a time for you to come back.
Juan, every member of the cast, with the exception of Lilly, we don't care if you guys loot. You want to loot them? Go for it. We encourage shipping. I encourage as much interaction with this form of media as humanly possible, but we ask one thing. Do not
maintain the law.
Yeah, do not lewd the child. She is 7.
We don't want to see that shit. If you're doing that, make sure we don't ever see it ever.
Just don't do it, please.
Yep.
And also just don't do it in the first place. Is toast legal? Capital T.
It's a plushie.
I'm gonna go with no. I don't want. I'm gonna go with no. I don't want to see that either.
Rule 36, man.
Interspecies erotica,
34?
I guess.
Rule 34? No, I think Rule 34 is.
What? Chat, this is concept art. The story has a story yet. Please keep the deep story questions to a minimum and not create spoil. I appreciate the concern. I believe Anthony and I have a pretty solid idea on what we do and do not want to talk about.
Yeah.
There is more finalized story here than you guys know.
Oh yeah.
And I think I know what I do and do not want to talk about. But yeah, he is correct. This is you're looking at concept art. If you want to talk about general questions, then
well,
sure.
this is more
But
the fine.
if you try to poke story things out of me.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got you covered, Salty Rick. If anyone tries to poke story things out of me, they actually have accidentally a few times. I just look at that and say no. So,
yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of the story figured out. In fact, we've already kind of figured out how we want, at least loosely based, how we want Check to end.
Yeah, we have the ending pretty much sorted out. We have the beginning of the climax of what I'm going to refer to as the halfway point very well established. We have a couple other arcs along the way up to that point established. A little not as well, but pretty good. And the start, I am currently effectively working on what do I, in manga terms, or even maybe not manga terms, but like in like anime episode terms, if I was to do this in that level of pacing, I kind of have the first 6 to 8 episodes written out in that pacing style. I already know where I want to go for the first actual arc story, how the status quo gets told to the audience and then conveyed. I kind of know how I want all that to go. Can we get cover stories? So what do you mean by that specifically? Like a quick synopsis on each character, who they are, where they came from. I believe eventually we're actually going to do something with that during casting or whatnot.
Yep.
It'll probably be this art or another or something or similar, and then the art would be next to a quick synopsis of what the character is.
The voice type we're looking for, and then various lines of different emotional ranges. So, yes, we have them. No, you cannot have them yet. You'll have to wait for auditions.
Yeah. 4 to 5 chapters in one episode. The unfortunate thing about that is I read a lot of mangas where the chapters can range anywhere between 5 pages, or even 1 page, depending on what it is, to 60
Wait a minute,
pages.
hold up. Why am I hearing double?
Yeah,
What's
why
going
is there
on?
a double of me?
Say something.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Alright, Miki, we're coming through your microphone.
How?
I don't know.
Echo.
Yes, because
Whenever
you...
No, not anymore. I don't hear it.
No,
anymore.
I hear it. It's because whenever you talk, I'm looking at the Discord call. Whenever one of us talks, her microphone thing lights up.
I wasn't hearing it on the second last attempt, but the final attempt, it came through. How did that happen? And why was it only me? Because you weren't coming through on her end. I don't hear it anymore.
That's because she muted herself. So yeah, so the way that we're kind of doing it is one chapter equals one episode. That's kind of...
Yeah, no, he was talking about my explanation on what is a chapter to an anime episode pacing wise, and then my response to that is give me a number of pages exactly, because that can go between 1 to like 67.
Yeah.
Is
and Juan, to answer your question, what we are listening to right now.
Go ahead.
What we're listening to right now is we recently being in the last 48 hours, purchased a license to a whole library of songs. And so that's what's playing in the background right now. I'm gonna fucking use the library. I just purchased it. I just purchased a license to it. So fuck it, we're gonna use it.
I require Lilly being a meme lord. Wish granted?
I mean,
I don't know if memes are the right call, but she's definitely
she's gonna troll.
She's
people
definitely the prankster of the group.
Yeah.
Just to keep things going.
Yeah, lighthearted.
Yeah.
Okay, Empire or not or non-canon cover art of characters.
That's kind of what this is.
No, this is canon cover. This is canon cover art.
Wait, what does non-canon cover art mean in that case?
Like
Lilly or Lily? 2 L's. Yeah, about like 25 chapter thing. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. But the key point of this was I know how to do an entire like anime story arc beginning. Here's the first act. Now you know how the world works. Now you know how the characters feel. Now you know how the characters will generally interact with each other. The entire Act 1 of the first part for Check has been kind of finalized.
Yeah.
And then where we go after that is yet to be decided. What's in the mouth? Why does she have a knife? What? Oh, Toast has a knife in his mouth. How'd that happen? Toast has a mouth? Also, nice meme reference. I actually know where that's from. What are you holding there? A knife! No! Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I have.
That's great. I love it. I require Vine redone by Lilly.
I don't know what that means.
I also don't know what that means. I have requests. I'm not afraid to use them.
Why is every time you make a character, it strides by the element fire? What?
Oh! Jinx equals fire? Does it?
And to be fair, I didn't name the...
He didn't name Toast.
I didn't name Toast. In fact, I was initially against naming the dragon Toast.
Yeah.
I named it Toast, and then the audience agreed and
Yep.
backed me up, and that is how we got Toast. Also, what they meant by the Vine comment is Vine is the old app version of basically what TikTok has become. So.
Oh, I know what a Vine is. I don't know what they mean by it. I require Vine redone by Lilly. What is that sentence?
So like probably a famous Vine, like the. What are you holding? A knife? No!
Oh.
But it's Lily holding the knife, going,
Yeah.
a knife!
That's kind of where I was going with I should show you, if this happens again, I should show you how to enable push to talk. Yeah, that's actually kind of what I meant from before on if there gets to be too long of a gap, we might just have non-canon memes with the Czech characters.
Kind of like
That's
what, kind of like what we're doing
where I
for
was
the
going
anime.
with on that.
Kind of like what we're doing for the animation.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. An explanation as to.
So when do we do the SpongeBob wallet skit? We'll check.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just I don't.
Now the question is whose wallet is it?
All right,
and who's
we're
living in the wallet?
already making the animation that's being made is already going to be used for kind of a meme video. So
Yeah. Character interactions that are possible in the canon group. Yeah, again, that's what I was talking about from before. I don't know in the current design. With Check, I don't know if Lilly and the Black Hand would ever have a real interaction with each other. They might see each other before the rest of the cast realizes the situation and gets her the hell out of there. But they wouldn't really do anything with each other because that wouldn't make sense. So yeah, definitely to fill up the gaps between characters that never really meet or talk. That was definitely something that I was going to do. You know how at the end of like 4 Comas or even manga in general, where if they have at the end of a chapter or at the end of a book, they sometimes throw together it's just a funny little, it's like mostly a white page, but in the bottom of the page there's just this funny little just picture, and it's whatever the artist wanted to draw at the time. So yeah, just like stuff like that, like the entire cast is just sitting on a bench eating ice cream, and I mean the whole cast, and that's just funny. Yeah, we're definitely having stuff like that.
yeah. And as for Juan's question about Chibi and Miki doing a collaboration in the future, I mean they might. It won't be on Check because we want to keep the art styles consistent. So
featuring Toast. Omake, yeah, exactly that. Yeah. The Omake extras. Yeah.
So are we still getting echoes?
I am going to be checking right now.
Nope, doesn't seem like it.
Great.
It lit up, but I
we're
don't
not
hear
hearing
anything.
it, so that's the important
Yeah.
part.
Okay. Have we even mentioned or brought up the additional
We have not.
artist?
We have not.
Oh yeah, we do have one other artist that will be more focusing on backgrounds.
So yeah, actually, thank you for bringing that up, Miki. So
I think we should give them a little love.
absolutely. So we have 2 artists on board for Check. Miki is our lead artist. She's the one that's working on the characters and that sort of stuff. But Miki doesn't have a whole lot of experience with paneling and background art.
It's more so that I just kind of suck at it.
I mean, I was trying to be polite.
Nah, let's be real. I've been drawing for as long as I've been drawing, and I'm still shit at backgrounds.
Whereas our other guy, Roman is actually his name. He has prior experience in both paneling, and he excels with background art. And he was actually
He's so good.
He was we interviewed with 2 people, right? Towards the end, it was 2 people, or did we have a third?
No, I don't think we had a third.
Okay, yeah.
If we did have a third, the third never got back to us.
Yeah, so we had several artists submit their portfolios to us, and so Roman and Miki were the ones that made it to the interview round, the interview side of things, where you couldn't just be a good artist. You had to be a good fit for us, because we've had good artists in the past. They just weren't a good fit. They just, for one reason or another, it just didn't work out. So that's why we felt it necessary to interview the people that we liked their art for. And so we ended up interviewing Miki and Roman. And so we had 2 rounds of interviews for each of them. and that's just, you know, we found out, you know, what their strengths and weaknesses were, and they just happened to cover each other's weaknesses fucking perfectly.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure how you guys were gonna feel about my interview, because like I've gotten to a point in my life where I got nothing to hide and I got nobody to impress.
It was charming.
In a sense of saying that. I'm glad you think so, because like so Devin was listening to me kind of like a little bit off to the side having that interview, and he just looked at me at certain points where I would say like my current full-time job is my priority, and he was like,
do you want this job or not?
Like, are you sure you want to do this? I was just like, yeah, I gotta be honest.
And the part he didn't hear was us going, perfect!
Great! Fantastic! It was so funny. Every time I said something, I was like, they're probably gonna be like, wow, what a bitch. They were like, oh no, that's great. Excellent.
Realism! Finally!
Yeah.
So, that worked out nicely.
Oh, so what did he feel after he hears all of this, and it's almost like you trying to get out of this interview on just like, I don't want this, I want to do my real life job with my real life things, and then at the end of it goes, so I got the part. What do you mean you got the part?
I got the job. I mean, he was just
Okay,
happy
first
for
of all,
me.
Lennon isn't in the call.
Huh?
Who?
Miki and Lennon are very loud.
Is this the meme where I'm every person in Fat Dog again? I'm sorry. I'll turn it back a bit.
I'll turn them down a little bit for you guys.
Well, no, I can just be quieter.
I'm just a loud person. It's a real thing that I had to come to accept. I think I said that on my interview too.
You have panels of character here. Toast talking as a gauge.
Oh, I'm saying Lennon while she streams. Okay. I guess Lennon is streaming right now.
So what you're saying is, Miki's actually louder than me? Damn, I gotta step up my game then.
Shut the fuck up.
When I get excited, like, so I did acting
You're like me.
school and stuff like a long time ago. Like, I'm talking when I was really little. And one of the things that acting teachers, I feel like, really push into you is that you need to project. Anybody who's done any kind of like acting school, you probably know what I'm talking about. But you need to be able to speak to the end of the audience. And that was something that little Mickey took to heart a little too far. So when I get excited and or anything of the sort, I just kind of forget that there are people with eardrums listening. I am saying, and I have got the greatest ability of being extraordinarily loud.
For me, it was a natural talent. I had to learn how to be quieter. That was actually I actually had to take effectively acting classes to do that in reverse, just so I could figure out how do I do quiet.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my mom would tell you that I've always been loud, but when I say that projection thing, it made it worse.
Oh yeah, like there's a way to project. For me, to my understanding, I was always projecting from when I was little, and I didn't even know I was doing it. Because when I did take an acting course in high school once, and when they went to the projecting side of the voice, I realized that's no different than how I talk normally. What do you mean? Well, you gotta talk from here, and then the diaphragm. That's what I do normally.
Guys, if Toast is going to be voiced by anyone, it's going to be by the person voicing Lilly, because it's going to be her impersonating what she thinks.
Yeah. So actually, a thing on that, because so here's Lilly, and then bad things happen, and then oh no, it's sad. I'm sad. Lily's not feeling good anymore, and everyone wants to fix it. Well, have fun talking to a person in that situation. There's definitely going to be moments where if she's talking to a person, she'll probably like put Toast on the ground, go around a corner, and then they're talking to Toast as talking for Lily, and all the panels are just like zooming in on Toast, just because this is the maximum that I can handle right now. No, it's okay. We'll do it this way.
Yep. So yeah, basically Toast is just gonna be Lily changing her voice in some way to be Toast. If we do that, that's how it will be done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we ever do like a dramatical reenactment of how Lily sees things, then we might give Toast an epic fucking voice.
We're gonna have to pull the greatest JoJo art interpretation ever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
Toast is Lily's stand. There you go.
Afar. No, it's just Toast seeing things from afar, and then suddenly the whole animation changes. Toast is just like a JoJo looking character, and it's just, what did you say to my sweet little girl?
Yeah, fucking yeah. Now Toast is just Lily's stand. There you go.
Lily comedically slamming someone with a baseball bat, and they turn chibi and fly off.
I mean,
she may bop someone with Toast. And
yeah,
then run away.
but yeah, Lily is a sweetheart. She wouldn't actually try and hurt someone. Like, you know, maybe slamming.
Oh, he wants Lily to Team Rocket blasting off again somebody, and then that's just funny.
Oh, okay.
She may do it with her words, though. She may just say something so blunt that they explode off and twinkle in the stars.
I could see that.
Somehow that's better. Yeah. But yeah, she's child. Therefore, no more hurting. There's enough hurting in this world. I'm not gonna hurt anybody. And then immediately you go and like poke her cookie or something, and then she bops you, and then realizes, oh right, no hurting. She child.
You see, she is very small.
Yeah, humans err. That's how this goes. But she very hard to be the nicest nice. That's why all the writers are out of chat. Well, again, in the same way on people were saying above, don't go into spoilers. There's very distinct reasons on where I want the story to go, and thus certain things don't make sense if you know the direction we're headed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But definitely, I could definitely see getting frustrated, or like Jin overexerting himself and is like, I think I'll just go do one more, and then she just bops him on the head. Nope, you're done.
Yep.
Enough. Go take a break.
Go take a nap, or you're grounded. What? You can't ground me. Tetra says I can.
This is when.
Just.
Oh no! You got me going, man. If you don't take a break, then I'm not. We're not gonna make toast for you anymore. And then Jin is just the Konosuba like derp face, and then immediately followed up with well, in that case, I guess you don't get toast anymore either, and then snatches capital T toast. Oof. If I can't have toast, then you can't have toast. And then the brawl, and then the chibi brawl happened.
That or Himika just comes up and just decks him. Like, no, you give toast back. Fuck you.
So yeah, I guess just to fill time, this is another thing that I would do to do story elements. So there's the comedic take on that scene, where oh no, Jin's overexerting himself. I gotta stop him, and then it ends up with them having like a baby brawl, and that's funny. But then I look at those type of things and I go, all right, that's nice. Is there any other angles that this scene could be taken that might be? So then the immediate next thing I thought of was Jin's seriously stupid hurt.
Yep.
And he's trying to get a workout in, or he's doing something he's not supposed to. And Lilly goes up and is just like, what are you doing? Stop it. Go back to bed. No, I can handle this or whatever. Lilly approaches him wherever he's hurt and just basically like holds it or moves it or touches it or something. The good old classic, you can't even stop me. Go to bed. So there's the more sad. Does Lilly have the cry face?
Yes.
But yeah, there's the more sad angle that you can take that scene. The whole idea on like I'm Lilly and I beat you. Go back to sleep. This is not fun.
Yeah.
Lilly with the plushie army scene. Yeah, that was actually something I was debating.
Come, my minions, fight for your master. Sorry.
That was actually something I was debating about to be at least one of the omakes, or however you pronounce it. During the very early scenes with Lilly, where the people that are taking care of her, who have no idea how to take care of a child, definitely one of the things that they would probably do is what do children need, especially children that need healing. Every soft animal ever, and then she's just that omake panel is just her on a bed, which is a mountain of them. They went and pulled as many as they could from
just her face
and
is
just
sticking
like
out of the
showered
mountain.
her in plushies. Yeah.
Their fucking face is just sticking out of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I was gonna keep it still somber. She was just on the bed with that many things around her, and a lot of them looked like they were in a hugging position. It was just surrounded by soft things.
Macro wouldn't waste his time on something like that.
Huh?
Tech dude makes
replica moves screw with Lilly. The most extent that I would do with that would be giving Toast the actual voice you've all been waiting for, and then it's just him or someone else. Like they put a mic on him somewhere, and then Toast talks to her, and she like just bolts.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, also, Lily's afraid of ghosts.
Lilly influenced by Loin King? I apologies, I have to ask, are you typing on a phone?
Probably.
These misspellings are amazing.
Yeah, but Lilly is also very afraid of ghosts.
What the hell? No, we're not doing the Scar scene in check. No. Okay, you're starting to see where I'm coming from this, where things start getting horrible. Like, is Toast getting the Scar treatment, or is Toast scarred? No, don't apologize. You're starting to see where I go with this, where I'll start with something normal and innocent and then funny. I'll start with something normal, innocent and funny, and then I'll take that funny and make it horrible somehow. And if the horrible one is more interesting, then I'll keep it.
Yep. Miki, by the way, remember to save.
Thanks.
Yep, no problem. Happy to help.
that sheer depression of things.
Yeah. I don't know that you guys could truly understand on my level what it would do to me if I were to lose progress at this point.
Yeah, that is why I made fun of you at the beginning of the stream, and I'm like, here we go again. Not happening.
She Goldshot, you have to understand that's no, she wouldn't do that.
I can see it happening, but only in a very particular scene. If Toast is glued to her because of circumstances, if that happens, the scene has to be that level of intensity and emotion.
Yep.
So, yeah, Lilly throwing Toast at somebody would be the holy shit factor of the scene where she went that far because... Wait, no, Lily's not going to frickin' live the king toast. No, what are you doing? Stop.
This is funny for me personally because this is Darkon's like first real kind of like extended interaction with the fans and stuff that he's had a part in making.
Y'all are crazy.
Like this is me just like, welcome to my world, fucker.
Can you almost like, I don't know if we would get in trouble for it, but like, can you almost look at the icon I switched my Steam profile to? Because that's almost like my face dealing with these guys sometimes. It's just like, what are you talking about?
Oh, no, right. Throwing toast, the lowercase t. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's a waste of toast. No, she wouldn't do that. I thought you meant... Apologies, but I thought you meant something that actually could happen and would be emotionally damaging for all the readers because they would know at that point what this means. That's approaching like the magical girl being so fed up with life that she breaks her staff in half levels of bad.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that is the very bad one. Something has gone so horribly wrong that the toast is now just an object to be utilized. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Pop in for 30 minutes, gotta say Lilly looks good. Yeah! Welcome back, Jared, for whatever you had.
Yep, welcome back. So, you guys...
Do we have a short of Lilly searching for toast in the base? Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
No, that's good. That's not a spoiler. That's an inevitability. You don't get a thing like this and not lose it or not have it not taken away at some point. You give characters physical objects that they must keep to themselves for the purpose of taking them away.
Yeah. And so
That's
actually,
how this works.
So speaking of sentimental objects, you guys must have noticed by now that she's wearing, what she's wearing over her dress and shirt. That is
not a spoiler either. That's just thing like they don't have clothes for kids.
Yep.
When this all starts.
Yep, they don't have clothes for
also
kids.
Not a spoiler. This is all episode 1, episode 2 stuff. Wah.
Yeah. And you know, she takes a shine to Jin for one reason or another, and so she takes one of his button-up shirts and wears it like a safety blanket. It helps comfort her.
Yeah. Lily's imagination and dream nightmare. Oh, don't worry. If she's gonna have nightmares, they're gonna be a lot worse than a reference.
Yep.
I realized
God,
why the hair looked so weird.
Oh, there was no twinkle shine on him. Yeah. If she's gonna have nightmares, and she's going to have nightmares.
Yep.
They're going to be horrible, and I just realized that we're gonna have to voice act that now.
Yep, we are. Or we're gonna have to direct it. Someone else is gonna voice act it.
I'm gonna have to be in the
You're gonna
call
have to live
for
with
it.
Yeah.
GG guys, GG.
Listen, Miki, you gotta understand.
I now have I have a thing that I'm gonna show you immediately when this stream is over.
Yeah.
If I don't show you it immediately after, Anthony, I'm gonna forget. Oh, that's horrible, and I want our own take. And yes, I'm sweating. Fuck, that's bad. I need something else. PTSD will be fun to see. Yeah, welcome to. There's that's the other side of the human condition.
Yep.
We've been able to like chemically map ourselves out. We've been able to understand how our body reacts to basically everything else on the planet that can ever touch us. But does that mean that you know how to feel and why feel? And I do mean why feel in that incorrect terminology. Nope. So have fun with that. Lilly and Toast doing Mission Impossible to make Toast 3 a.m. to be stopped at the last moment. Yeah, if all of a sudden she was sneaking around the base and making sounds at 3 in the morning, she'd probably set something off.
Yeah, oh, she absolutely would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the very least, the innocent version of it would be, I'll hold. Yeah, I managed to do it. I went and I made the toast, and then I buttered the toast, and I ate the toast, and no one caught me. And then, like, the panel zooms out, and then comes the reality of all the sensors she tripped, all the people that are awake that are not walking up to her because they're just like, I just let it go, go back to bed. I did it. Well, not really, but go ahead.
We'll let you have this one.
Pretty much.
What color should its eyes be?
Blue
I've never
or red?
drawn it to a point where I can actually put the eye color in.
I would say like a turquoise blue or possibly red.
Yeah.
Would therapy be better / effective since the human brain was completely mapped? Well, well, you've mapped the brain, you've mapped the human genome. So, if the current problem with you and your thoughts is chemical imbalance, then we have that covered. But what if it's not a chemical imbalance, or you think it's a chemical imbalance, but the thing is not working?
Blue's the right color. Blue's definitely the right color.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, there's more to mental trauma than you're not going to be able to chemically fix what Lilly goes through. You could fix the eye, you could fix up everything that happened to her, and every time she looks at Toast, and if you haven't fixed the eye, even if you have fixed the eye, every time she looks at her right eye, she will know. So there's therapy isn't that, but antidepressants can. Yeah, that's actually kind of the other thing where I'm at the beginning of this I was referring to it as classic dystopian before I said it was a dystopia deconstruction. One of the ones I originally meant by that was, if you've ever heard this phrase, it was originally from this book, and it was a lot less funny than what people have memed it to be. Happiness is mandatory. And that's a funny sentence until you go read where it was originally from, and it was flat out, you are chemically enforced to be happy, and if you are not happy, then you have to go take another shot of your happy thing. Happiness in society is now mandatory, amongst other things. And no one's allowed to be sad, and outside of the main city, you can be sad, and all creativity is dead because there's no sorrow to inspire creativity. That was kind of the whole... Yeah, sure. You could shove permanent happy pills into Lilly, and now she's chemically happy. But is she happy? And there you go.
Yeah. But no, Jared. Yeah, I have a form of PTSD myself. I know what you mean, man.
Mm-hmm. You poke the wrong thing, and then all of a sudden, every bad thing that's ever happened to you is back.
Yep.
And it says hi in sequence.
God, that took a while to figure out.
Yeah, because PTSD and complex PTSD are very distinctly different things on why they. But the end result is the same. It makes you miserable.
Yeah.
Mapped up the human brain, wouldn't we know what would be more effective as techniques? Oh yeah. There would definitely be. If it's a chemical problem, then we would know specifically what to add to you to chemical. If it's not a chemical problem, then we would know generally what would need to be done to correct the light. Actually, can I talk about that? I think it's just real life. It's just real. My brother actually has, not a stint, or it is a stint? I don't remember the medical term for it. But his eyesight is deteriorating specifically because stress. It is a pure stress-induced problem. And, yeah, what I won't go into is the cause of the stress, in case he doesn't. But very recently, the cause of the stress was removed. And it was a very difficult thing to remove because it was just life. It was just life being life, getting through life. But until he got rid of that stress, his eyesight would continue to deteriorate. There are definitely things in the world that no amount of, like, the therapy will be you need to change your lifestyle. And they would know what you would need to change. But now you have to do it.
Okay.
And you may have to do it for the rest of your life.
You all good, Miki?
Isn't there research on army PTSD? Well, yeah.
Hold up. Say again, Miki?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a encouragement breath. We're almost there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. We are.
Oh! Holy shit, no wonder.
What?
I'll say this out loud for Miki. I suffered from a form of PTSD when I was stationed in Japan on a cruiser after the collisions of the USS McLean and the Flitzgerald. So he was in Japan and he got to see two boats collide and all of the all the ramifications of it. Like, how do you? And then you look at that and you go, well, that's a thing that is now part of long. Can it not, please? Who knows? Maybe we will cover the topic on planned permanent memory loss as a cure, and then bring up all of the chaos that question would bring into. That's a good one. Yeah.
Empire. That's another question.
No Man's Land, Wild West, where countries used to be after the collapse. Yeah. That's not one that I would even know where to do. Yeah.
God, it's crazy how much blurring just brings that all together.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Israel Memorial Day.
I thought I was getting easy on myself by doing cell shading because I don't do it very often and I forget every fucking time how easy it is not. Because the blending fills in so much that you have to find ways to present in blocked colors.
It's so shiny. Everything's so
Yes.
shiny.
I think we're done.
Let's get a zoom out. Let's take a look.
Look at her!
Ah, look at the precious sun child.
Woohoo! Now I have a face.
Well, guys, here you are.
Time to go write episode 1 intro. Yay!
So, guys, there you have it. There's the fully colored version of Lilly and her plush toast. Ah, man, this is
We're only 18 minutes over budget or whatever.
No, we're not. Remember, she's an hour behind me.
Yeet.
I thought she usually wants to wrap up at 9.
We wrapped at 10 last time.
Okay.
It was cool. Where the heck
Now I
did
have a
put
face for writing into Tonight's Nightmares. Yeah, same, brah.
So, remember to save it.
I see that asterisk.
Shh. Y'all don't know nothing.
Don't worry. By the end of all of these streams, you're gonna be like me, and every word when I do programming. Every word you type, Control S.
Well, there you guys have it. There's Lilly, and this is you know, again, this is kind of a special moment for me right now. I probably Darkon too. This is I've got a lot of mixed emotions right now.
Look at her. Look at how precious she is. It's so unfortunate that she's in our show with what has to happen.
Yeah.
The
Oh
precious
man.
being.
Well, guys, listen. I wanna thank you all for joining us for tonight's art stream. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap things up here. Next week, join us Tuesday, and if you want to see the speed paint version of this, it'll be up Sunday. As it is right now, I don't know what character we're going to do Tuesday. Darkon or Miki, do you have one that you would like to work on in particular?
I would say either the Black Hand or my Fluffy Boy.
Black Hand. Black Hand, absolutely.
Oh, if you say oh, you should have just said Fluffy Boy. Don't give us options if you have a specific choice.
Trying to be fair, because I know a fan favorite was the Black Hand.
Yeah.
My favorite is my Fluffy Boy.
So, all right, I'll tell you what. Black Hand next week, and then after that, we'll do Fluffy Boy.
Yay!
All right, so there you go. So, all right. So, the 5th will be the Black Hand. The 12th will be Macro.
Yes.
So, we'll see you guys next week, Tuesday. What?
5th, 12th.
Tuesdays. Tuesdays, dude.
You said 5th and 12th.
Yeah, the 5th.
No, next month. No, next month. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong calendar.
I was gonna say, you silly bitch.
So-
What are you doing?
I kind of wonder, like, I don't know if the person who talked about layers is still in here, but the end layer result is this.
Welcome
that is
to the
all
one
the
layer,
layers.
the finished layer, the done layer.
Yeah. So, anyway.
And then my final folder.
So, any closing thoughts, guys, before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I got a little bit of time.
She has hand wiggle. Look at the hand wiggle.
I know. It's great. Oh, by the way, Miki, can you send me a transparent version of that, please?
Yep.
Same method as before.
Yep.
Oh, God, this is, God, I have so many fucking emotions, and I can't,
We can't say a lot of them.
we can't say shit, man. Fuck.
Yo, you and I are gonna have to get like a little private call.
Fuck. Alright,
I saw something about she should go around collecting plushies. Yeah, but
You guys can.
she's not really in the environment to get plushies.
Yeah.
And also, if you give a child that many plushies, it just becomes a mountain of plushies, and then it's just a thing to jump into and nothing more.
yeah.
Toast is toast, and is so that's yeah.
Toast is special. She has a special connection to the dragon plush.
Yeah.
So, which will be made apparent
it's
as
so useful. It's so useful as a writing tool because the addition, usage of, or lack of toast means something on its own. Once it becomes, I love that.
Man. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap things up. This has been a fucking wild ride, at least tonight. Again, you guys gotta understand why Dark and I we're kind of losing it here. Is a lot of the scenes and a lot of just inspiration has come directly from Lilly, and to finally have this in front of us, it's just.
If it wasn't for Haseo being narratively the focal point of the series, protagonist-wise, then it would probably be Lilly. Lilly is definitely. It would be Haseo as the protagonist, Tetra as the durotagonist for the other direction, and then the third direction, which is equally as important as the other three, would be Lilly. Lilly is absolutely the tritagonist of the story. She's not just a cute to be protected. She will have that much influence on the story directly with her thoughts, opinions, and actions. She is the Tritagonist of the series.
All right. Well, I you know what? We gotta stop the stream before I say some shit that'll be spoilery. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone that has joined us today.
Lily gets a spin-off.
Well, again, join us next week for the Black Hand. For those of you who don't know what the Black Hand is, go look at our 50,000 subscriber stream or become a patron, because you can look at those without having to go through the whole stream. So there's that. Miki, do you have anything you want to say before we wrap things up?
Just thank you for coming back and seeing me. If you saw last week's stream, thank you for joining today. If it's your first time, I really appreciate just anybody that wanted to come out and watch this. And hopefully we will see you again next week. And I also have my own YouTube page that if you guys wanted to see my own personal work, there's 2 videos up, and then the next thing that I am working on, which will be posted, you guys can see the finished version of this. So.
Yep, and link to her YouTube.
Patreon funds this.
Yep, a link to her YouTube channel is in the description. And like Darkon was saying, yeah, Patreon is why we're able to do what we are doing. Patreon directly helps fund all of our projects. So if you want to help and you want to see more on a more regular basis, consider being a patron. Literally any amount helps. And for those of you who are just all about Miki's art and you love Czech, $50 patrons and up can have their likeness, if they so choose, made into a character that will show up in Czech.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yep, that is true. You guys send me a picture of yourself or a description of a character, character description, and then we'll get you in there.
You know what? I actually am gonna have to remember that, because we're going to, after like the big rush of people come in, I'm gonna remember to say that mid-stream, because that's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week, Tuesday. And don't forget to check out the speed paint that will be posted of Lilly on Sunday. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
She's waving goodbye.